Let me put...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blaine, joined with Brad, and tonight you are watching Tarnation TV's broadcast of the King of Kings event here at Talladega Nights.
Yes, we are. Talladega again on a Friday night. It's been a while since we've done a Friday night here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
King
always
of
good
Kings.
to be back here at the Tri-Oval.
This thing is I like to call it round 2 of the King of Kings, because we did one a while back. A few months ago, we did a King of Kings event. This is a creation of Ken Roberts. So, of course, he's here tonight. Bracket style sprint racing extravaganza. So basically, I guess we can get to the deal here. Thank you for watching, of course, everybody who is watching. For the next,
we got Jeff and Sean Dotson in the YouTube chat there.
Nice already. Before the broadcast even starts, people get in on that thing.
It is right, and I've went ahead and hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. So you put my check in the mail, and I will catch you tomorrow night.
Right.
All right.
I've done the same thing. Make sure to subscribe to your own channel, people. It's easy to do.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, it took me a while to realize that I hadn't subscribed, and I'm like, you know what I started to do? It was back when, even before I did it, before I joined you. This is back when you and Brian were still running things, and I just, after like the first or second race, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot you're racing. Then I'm like, it just comes up. I don't have to remember it. It's just like, hey, there's a race coming up. You want to watch it on? Like, of course I do.
Right.
Perfect.
It is weird how you'll get on YouTube and do that type of stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I'm not subscribed to this guy? How did that happen?
Right.
But the algorithm knows, man. They hear you talking. You talking. Yeah, so tonight, it'll be a little bit longer broadcast tonight, probably 2.5 hours or so. A lot of racing to get done, but Ken does not mess around. He rips through these heat races like you wouldn't believe. So they've got it set up to do 4 possible initial 10-lap sprints to kind of determine the next set of bracket racing that they do here on a night like tonight. It looks like we're only going to be doing 3 heat races. So either way, the broadcast has been tweaked, and I will, we're going to fly by the seat of our pants here and figure out what it is. But basically, it'll start out with 3 heat races. Each will be 10 laps. They won't need to pit. Cautions will be off. Damage will also be off for these initial 3 races to start this thing off. Which will be no damage in the sprints, just because it's, if you crash, you're out anyway.
I guess that's fair. No, that's interesting. Was it done the same way on the first King of Kings?
I think so, because they base the King of Kings off of the sprint races that they do instead of practicing every week. They do
that sounds right.
Quick 10-lap sprint races, and with damage being off, like you say too, if you're going to crash, you're not going to win. So having damage on one way or the other doesn't really matter.
Yes, that's fair, right? So I just wasn't sure if that would make some drivers a little. So speaking for myself, I instantly think no damage.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to drive a little bit harder tonight.
That's kind of the point too, because it's a lot more exciting, especially when we're going to be broadcasting it, right? So it's this way.
No, last round was hilariously awesome, like just good time all around, and just all flat out racing. But look forward to this. Sorry, I stepped on you there. I was just I'm excited for this.
Yeah, these are a ton of fun. So they're going to do 3 really quick sprint races. So we're going to have 3 short 10-lap sprints. Ken sent me a message here too, which basically has everything listed here. So the first 3 heats will be back to back to back. As soon as the first heat is over, we will reset the server and get the next 12 drivers into the next race, and they keep on going. So they have 30 guys here. They're gonna take 10 or 12 or whatever the math ends up being for the total drivers that show up tonight.
Yep.
They put them in heat 1. So there'll be like 10 guys in heat 1.
Okay.
And then there'll be a new fresh 10 guys in heat 2. And then another fresh 10 guys in heat 3, which will take care of the 30 drivers. So after the first 3 heats are done, take a 5-minute break, and Ken will crunch the numbers. And that sets up the next 2 heat races. So heat race number 4 and 5. Let me see here. After the 5th, yeah, exactly.
X equals 5.
But then there's
whiskey. The answer is whiskey. So that way, I put it into my calculator. It doesn't lie.
And muffins, whiskey and muffins.
And muffins. It's a unique pairing.
It's hard to explain it all right now. It's probably easier to explain as we move through it. But like the first 3 sprints will determine the next 2, because then you're taking winners and stuff, right?
Yeah, pictures. I learn a lot better from pictures too.
Yeah, I need visuals.
Some flashcards. I could get behind that. But yeah, I know what you're saying. So basically, a bunch of people are going to race, and it's going to progressively get the first few are going to go through, and then the next 6 are going to have to race for that next heat, right? So, my question about the heats were: is it based on anything? Is it qualifying? Is it random? Is it based on the drivers?
Nope. Whoever shows up. Basically throw you into I say basically a lot. I just realized that. I say that a lot. Whoever
essentially
whoever shows up tonight, Ken will take everybody, throw your name in a hat. 10 people come out, they race heat 1. The top 5 drivers will progress into that as second set. So it goes like 3 races, 2 races, 1 race, main event. So the first three, you got the top 5 out of the first 3. They all get put into the next one. The bottom 6 and under get put into the second one. And then after those 2 races are done, all the winners go into the main event. And then there's a last chance heat, which will take place just before the main event for the drivers that lost. So if you lost in heat 1 and like heat 4, there is a last chance heat.
Okay.
That will allow you to make the main event. But if you do make the main event and you were a last chance guy, you will not qualify. There is absolutely no qualifying tonight except for the main event, which will, thank you, Ken, because that'll speed everything up a lot. Not having to do qualifying is very good because it takes a while. Qualifying takes, 3-4 minutes.
Fair enough.
So at least that way we will qualify in the main event. Anybody who's in the last chance heat just before the main event will be asked to retire the qualifying run, because that's how it works, man. The guys who won get priority. Second place is the first loser.
Right? Basically, you don't want to be there.
Basically, you don't. Basically, no.
Basically, no fear t-shirts was like, if you're not living on the edge, you have too much space.
Too much space. Remember that? No fear. I
had a no fear wallet that I got when I was about 13, and I used it up until about 4 years ago when it finally fell apart. It was a solid. And eventually just started to disintegrate, but it was like almost 25 plus years.
Wow, you didn't upgrade your wallet for 20 years?
It held out.
Holy moly.
I really, the plastic sleeve I did, but the wallet itself, it wasn't just till over time. I was mostly because of the physical work, right? So in your pocket, leather wallet, you're like sweating. It's just like it makes the leather soft, and eventually it started to deteriorate. Had I not worked so darn hard, it probably would have lasted me another 20 years. No, but what? That was it. But it had a little pewter buckle on it, and it had the no fear etched into it. And at the time, and I still have it. It came with a small, like if you had a pet cockatiel and you had a chain for a cockatiel, like a leash, that was a chain that came with my wallet.
Oh my goodness!
And then attached to a leather a button snap that would go through your belt buckle.
You know what? We should ask Ken Roberts to see if he ever had a wallet for 25 years.
Right? Oh, here he is. I got yakking away here talking about this. Back to you, Blaine.
25-year wallet before it finally fell apart. That's amazing.
I've had a wallet. I've had a wallet probably last 20 years. I've had a belt that lasts 22 years.
Wow. Yeah, belts are different. Wallet, anyway, that's something else. Oh yeah, we got some stuff to do tonight.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't get the numbers we thought we were going to get, Blaine, so we're going to cut out one of the heat races. So we'll just do the heat race 1 and 2. Okay. And those guys will move on, and we'll drop out of the first heat race. The top half guys will go into heat race 5. Bottom half will go into heat race 6, and then the last place guy, he'll be the first guy eliminated. Okay. And then we'll do heat race number 2. Top half will go into heat 5. Bottom half will go into 6. And the last place guy will be eliminated from that. So we just won't have that third heat race, but we are ready for driver introductions up there. So Jeff would like to do that before the race starts.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So 2 heats tonight. Going up to driver intros before this whole entire thing starts. So we're just waiting for Jeff to grab me with a big hook.
Hold down the fort.
What if I refuse to go? What if I just stay here?
Better hang on. Those mods got some crazy power.
They do.
I'm pretty sure you're going to disappear like any time now.
I'm like Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton trapped inside a tornado.
Right. But no matter where you go, you keep finding those ditches. You can't go in the ditch. The tornado's still going to get you.
Did you ever watch that gone? Twister?
No, it was hiding behind the barn the whole time.
I remember I had that on VHS, I think. Twister?
Yeah, we watched a ton.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Good evening, everybody. another King of Kings event. The last one was a whole pile of fun. We love ourselves some sprint races, so this is going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks Ken for putting this whole thing together, because the itinerary you sent me is almost 3 pages long. So you got your work cut out for you. I'm glad I get to call the race and not actually control the race. So I'll give the mic back to you guys.
All right, we'll just do driver introductions. We'll start up at the top. We'll start with Bobby Farrell.
Number 7, Bobby Farrell out of Frederica, Delaware, in a Menards STP Ford Mustang.
I guess that would be me. Silver Bullet, driving the 04 Chevy Camaro from Idaho.
Driving the number 12 Lyft Ride Share Mustang from Tallahassee, Florida, is yours truly, Gary the Slingshot Mangus. Good luck, fellas.
From Cutlerville, Michigan, Randy Claflin in the number 20 Matt Tools Dodge. Shout out to Blaine for doing those the feed tonight.
Number 21, Randy Waugh from Huntsville, Alabama, driving the Crimson Tide Dodge. Shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, grandkids Adrian, Asher, and Asa, friends Derek and Zach.
Number 23, Doug Hewlick, running out of Plum, Pennsylvania, driving the Yeti Quist sponsored Toyota Camry. Shout out to my buddy Matt Damon. Looking forward to coming out and see you this coming weekend in California.
Number 24, being run by Greg McDonald from Sarnia, Ontario. Good luck, everybody.
Driving the 28 Wood Brothers Ford, Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia. Thank you, Rodney Sullins, for the paint.
Number 29, Brian Wolf from Austintown, Ohio, driving the Austintown, Ohio Handyman Supply Chevy. Good luck, everybody.
And the number 32, driving my son's car. It's Craig Hagley out of Paducah, Kentucky, by way of Canaan Valley, West Virginia, and the West Virginia Tourism Ford Mustang.
Driving the number 41 Home Depot, painted by Rodney Sullins. Let's go get them, boys.
Number 43, Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia.
Alex Moe from Riverside, California, driving the 48 Lowe's Chevrolet.
55, Ken Roberts, driving the Mountain Dew Chevrolet out of West Bend, Wisconsin.
Number 56, Jeffrey the Boss Elliott, driving the Talladega Night Chevrolet Camaro. He says that he wants to give a big shout out to the U for being the best driver in the fields.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving the number 63 is Keith Bynum, driving the Hubcap Annie Chevrolet Camaro. Good luck, everybody.
Driving the 66 KD Huntsberry, driving that Yankees Camaro. Good luck, guys.
Driving the number 67 Dr. Pepper Zero Toyota Camry, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia.
Driving the 88 Grant Wesley from Princeton, Indiana. Yeah, good luck, guys.
Driving the 96 Ulysses de Papi Sandoval with the Icebreakers Toyota Camry. A big shout out to Jeffrey Elliott. Thank you for that shout out. I appreciate it.
Number 029 Ford Mustang Blackhawk Down car, Mike Mangialardi out of Pedro Way, Washington. Shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room. Special shout out to all the admins and broadcasters for all the hard work they've done recently on all these events. Good luck, everybody.
Driving number 043, Brian Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the Chevy SS Tide. I want to thank Frank Divins for the paint and give a shout out to the boys here at Big Stone Gap. And Wolfpack Racing.
Nate Balsard, 079, driving the Black Van Halen Chevrolet out of Seattle, Washington. Good luck, everyone.
Dan Lovell in the 388 from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the MSI car painted by Frank Divins. Thank you, Frank. I just want to say good luck to all your drivers. Give a shout out to my wife and my family that should be watching this race. And good luck, guys.
Driving the 510, Stephen Brandstetter from Ranelette, Oklahoma. Everybody, thanks for the race, and everybody, good luck.
The 931 driven by Robert Breedlove out of Lancaster, South Carolina.
And the 889, RJ Cabana, not sure where he's from.
Archville, PA.
Expo, PA.
And that's the whole field, Blaine.
That's it, Blaine.
That's it. Yeah, just in time, Cabana. That's awesome. We saw you pop in there right well. We were just about getting to the bottom of that list, but yeah, it's going to be a fun night tonight. Again, I'll keep it short and sweet. We've got a lot of racing ahead of us, so thanks for coming out, guys, and put on a great show. Good luck to everybody involved.
Blaine will be going on the clock, so about 4 minutes, 30 seconds, we'll have our first heat race.
Roger
Thanks,
that.
Blaine.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys.
Oh, snap. Just in time, man. RJ Cabana, man, got in there at the last second. Did you see that?
I was looking. There was, it was getting a bit bigger there. So what are we at now? What's the total?
And it looks like it's probably... I haven't started a race yet, so I don't have the numbers, but it looks like we're just shy of 30, I think.
Not bad.
But, yeah, that was right at the nick of time. Right in the nick of time. So I would assume that if you do not get into the first heat race, you'd have a chance to join late for the second and the third one. But once these first three, no, Ken popped in. We're only running 2. So if you can't make it before heat number 2, you won't be allowed to race in any of the races the rest of the night.
You're out of here.
You're out of here. Take a walk. You didn't show up on time. You're out. Now, I did download all the car files. I do have the Cabana one because that's a team car, 889. So if there is any issues with any car files, that's the bonus about running sprints is I can quit, download car files, and come back in. But it's going to be a good one, man. I like the sprints are so cool. They're very, very exciting. And these guys look like we'll be going out here in about 2 minutes.
They are. I'm just looking at the chat there. This is watching. Is he in racing tonight too?
Who's that? Say again, sorry.
Ulysses says it's the King of Kings, friend.
He's in there, yep.
He's racing tonight. Cool.
Yep.
Bar we got.
The CM Van 10, whoever that is.
Thank you.
Let's go.
My second screen is a laptop, and my eyes. I don't have my glasses.
Yeah. And then Sean Dawson, hello you.
Long enough to read this from my phone.
Yeah. Hello Jeffrey. Hello Tarnation TV, and hello Ulysses from Sean. So thanks for joining us, Sean. Thanks for joining us, everyone who is watching live this evening. Subscribe if you wanna, and don't if you don't.
Watching, but only 4 liked it. There, can't we? Come on. Here's some guilt. A lot better if you like the show.
That's the goal. That is the goal. We're just in practice right now.
Like 400,000 hits away from with that Chrome button. What do you that for? Is that 1 million?
Yeah, I know YouTube's got those trophies they give people for like subscriber counts and stuff, and one of them looks like a crushed diamond thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want that. One's just like the Chrome one. I would be happy with just like a brass one. You know, like, hey, you know what? You have 40 viewers.
Right.
We made this out of a pie plate.
Yeah, it's just a block of pine.
It's just somebody put like a poorly painted stencil on it.
Right. YouTube. Not even trying. It's just like some of the worst stuff I've ever seen in my life.
This foot is filled with grubs. Yeah, no, this is what
they wouldn't even like carve it. Like you said, it would just be a bad stencil or maybe like a spray can or something.
A poorly 3D laser, just like it barely scratched the surface and all away with a strong wind. But like a participation trophy, if you will.
Right, right. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for subscribing to a free account.
So we started off here already? Is this the first of it?
No, this is just practice right now. About 30 more seconds here. We're going to flip to the race grid. Gotcha. So just giving the people something to look at other than my static loop screens.
I could appreciate that.
Try to leave it. Yeah, just leave it on spectator cam there. But yeah, FYI, this evening, there will not be any pitting really, because they're going to have it set to 1 times pit frequency, which is basically running what real life would be.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
In real life, you'd run 55 laps around this track before you would have to pit. So we won't. They're going to leave it set to 1x, and that way we'll never have to worry about getting tires or getting fuel or any of that fun stuff. So
it's all the fun stuff with. It's like basically a sandwich without the crust. You just get into all the good stuff.
Right.
Unless you really like crust. I don't mind it, but
yeah, I'm a big fan of the crust.
You know what I like? I like this bread, just more burnt and tastes worse.
As you
all you crust fans out there.
He's a big crust fan. I love the crust. Ate the pizza backwards.
Start with the crust.
Yep.
Or you look at that as you start with the crust and then you save the best to the end. I eat it 20 and 4, but then what I do is when I get to like the last 3/4 of the inch, then I go sideways. And I eat it the long way. Then I get some sauce and some crust.
So you can see there's some gaps in the field there, but that's just because drivers were obviously asked to retire. So they got to get the proper drivers on the track for heat number 1, which heat number 1. I'm going to put that on the screen. There you go. This is heat race number 1. Welcome to Talladega Nights, King of Kings event. Brad and Blaine are your commentators. And we haven't even started yet, and we're already wrecking. Back there, it's getting a little dicey. I'm not getting any ticker information.
Let me see. I was scrolled down a bit on the... Oh.
Yeah, I'm not getting any ticker information. I wonder why that is. Well, that'll be a problem for...
turns.
It'll be a problem for sprint number 1. Probably won't have a ticker, but we do have that one. That ticker you see there will basically just show people the numbers of the cars, the little blue one hanging down to the left. And so it's better than nothing, since we seem to be having a ticker malfunction. This is only a 10-lap race, and I will make sure to reboot the tickers for the rest of the evening. After this race is done.
You know what? Not even Google has uptime, so I wouldn't even worry about it.
Yeah. 10 laps on the clock. They're already going 3 wide into turn number 2, number 3.
There you go. Jeff comes up the middle behind him to make a push.
It's almost worth watching this entire thing from helicopter camera.
I know it's not everyone's favorite view, but it's just the most. It's not TV camera 2, and then the camera pack that's made by your Reddit buddy goes by the name which I forget.
NR Clips.
NR Clips. He's got an amazing camera 2 setup, I think it was, or the NASCAR actual
fantastic
broadcast camera.
TV1, TV2, and Spectator. Yeah.
For me calling it, this is 99% of my time is spent in this view when I had it running. I would constantly, just because it was so much easier to see any changes,
wow,
getting a little squirt. Oh shit!
Don't know what happened there. He got caught up in the front line. It turned into a little bit of a bumper fest up there.
Right. So now it's down to these 6. This is basically the for this first race, anyways.
Right, and I believe according to the rules, the top 5 move into the one of the main heats before the main event. So Doug in the 23 down the bottom there. He's got to get moving.
Okay,
he's in 6th.
Who's in 7th? What's the spread there? Can they catch up at this point? See him behind.
Probably not.
Jeff?
That's Jeff. Yeah, he'd be out of the draft back there. He'll probably just retire.
Unless the other 30 can get their, the world's biggest NASCAR line, the 24 working together.
Right.
Like
not going to happen.
We can achieve our speed.
Stephen Branstetter, closely followed by Brian Lovell in that Tide ride. Graham McDonald, Bob Dixon, Alex Moe, Doug Hulick.
After this one is done, while everyone's reset, we should go back and take a look at that. See what happened.
Yeah, that's another thing. Because the races are so short, there won't be any time to really go look at that.
Oh, there isn't. I got you.
And then even if I could save the replay, I could boot it up later. But it's tough because it's going to be a hurry up and go kind of night, I think, the way Ken runs a pretty tight ship. So
fair enough. So I just wonder for the, in this case, then, is it like a no holds barred? Then so there'll be no penalties applied to whoever caused that wreck. Is it?
No, yeah, whatever happens, happens. You get wrecked out, and that's basically it. You can keep running if you want. Those guys are still running back there. They still are on the clock about 10 seconds back.
Oh, for sure.
But
I just meant in terms
they're
of
hoping something happens here.
Because at this point now you're going from one race to the next. So whatever the results are, they are. There's no changes to it. They're not like, oh, sorry, you actually were found to cause that wreck in lap 3.
No,
wiped out half the pack.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it would be awfully hard and time consuming
I didn't even
between
know
races.
When you were saying that, it's just literally one to the other. Like that makes absolute sense the way you mentioned it. The Tide car holding up number 2 spot. I like that paint. I don't really talk about it, but
Tides, yeah, it's just classic.
I don't know what it is. This nostalgia, the colors, maybe it's just such an iconic logo that I don't know.
It just works good on a car. Like the color scheme is just perfect.
Plus, I really love laundry, so
I do.
Maybe that too.
Yeah. Who doesn't love laundry? Come on.
Yeah. Washing it.
You know what? I love laundry so much. I got some of the machine right now.
Yeah, I think I've got some too.
Alex Moe up there yielding.
But all my chores, I can fold it.
Yeah. Lap number 6. We have now begun lap number 6 of 10.
Thought he was going to make Place was going to make a move there. I didn't see who's.
Yeah, this is probably not going to change too much until the last lap, I wouldn't believe. Alex Moe might be able to latch onto the back of that pack. He won't be. He's obviously a lap down, but he's not damaged because there's no damage. So looks like he actually might lose the draft. Stephen Branstetter in that 510 up front leading this thing. Probably driving this entire thing through his rearview mirror.
Waiting for a Tide to make a move? Or someone's creeping up in 7th place there.
That's Alex. He's a lap down.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yep.
And I was like, out to lunch. All right.
See, even like if let's say Lovell goes for the move there, you block him. You're opening, then you're looking to Graham McDonald in that Mopar blue car to maybe do the counter move. If Brian goes low and Steven's going to block low, if Graham McDonald in the 24 could maybe time the opposite move to go high with a push, that might be a good strategy too. Because Brian can only, Stephen Branstetter can only block one lane.
That is true. And they see who's in 6th place in the 23. That's
the 23 would be Doug Hulick.
Yeah, he's trying to find his spot. He's been working them all. Was that 23 and 6? Sorry.
Yep. Yep. 23.
He's moving her all over the place. He keeps coming out in that middle line like he's going somewhere, and Just keeping the other drivers on their toes, waiting for them to make a mistake.
Yeah, might be trying to spook them back there too. It's like, man, that guy's out of control. I'm getting scared.
This guy's he's crazy.
Wild and crazy guy. Lap number 10 will be the white flag will fly, this time by the stripe, which means we will have one more to go.
Here.
Yep. Making the move a little bit early.
Oh. Tires of
He's got the push.
This is going to be good. I like this.
He's got the push, but does he have the position? That's the thing. If Bob Dixon can get up behind that 510 on the bottom line, that top line's moving, though. They're way tighter.
Top line is moving.
It's going to be a slide job going on right here. He's going to shift down, I bet.
Oh, someone's going to...
Nope, Brian's holding middle. I thought for sure Level would go down to the bottom and try to take that bottom line away. There it is.
Oh, here he is. He saw it. He saw it coming.
Oh my goshness.
Oh, man.
I'm surprised that only took one car.
Car that I don't know.
Door banging.
Holy smokes. And
Hewlick and Brent
second and third
were.
were. So we had, tied, and then we had, was it on the bottom line there. He got second just by a nose, it looks like.
Just by a nose. Ooh. Let's see if we can get our checkered flag camera in here. Your Heat 1 winner, Brian Level. Not to mention, Stephen Branstetter will also advance along with Doug Hewlick, along with Bob Dixon, and along with Alex Moe. Your top 5 of Heat 1. You gonna light him up? Yeah, buddy.
Not the wall I just painted.
Oh, God. That car was brand new coming in here.
That NASCAR is. They only give me like a 3-inch roller, so I'm just out there all. That's like 4 years worth of damage he just caused me.
Yeah. These cars are hand built. Look what he's doing to it.
I'm not talking about the car. I was talking about the wall.
Oh, the wall. Gotcha.
I was painting the heck out of that wall.
You should have seen me. You should have watched me go. He is lighting them up. So there you go, Brian Level, your winner of Heat number 1. The other 5 drivers, like I said, Level, Branstetter, Doug Hewlick, Bob Dixon, Alex Moe will advance. We rack them back to practice, and we will get on with Heat number 2. Unfortunately, I cannot put any of this information on screen because that would require me to actually have a second computer, and I don't. So
basically, you're gonna have to trust.
Basically, yeah.
Do I say basically a lot, or am I just saying it because you brought it up and now it's just a thing?
Yeah.
I might say it. I realized the other day I caught myself saying 100%.
Okay.
But I caught myself saying it like so much that I became aware of it. So then I couldn't carry on like just, oh yeah, 100%, that'd be awesome. And I'm like, but then just like, but then I just every time I open up and I'm like, and then everyone look at me. I'm like, oh no. I had to like consciously not say it for like a few days. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know if I've said it forever. It's one of those things that you just kind of mutter. Oh yeah, cool.
Basically, it's the same thing because I watched the broadcast back, and just listening for audio glitches that I might not hear when I'm doing this because I have a lot of my audio set to go out to the broadcast but not be in my headset. So like it's a troubleshooting thing. And then I'm thinking, man, I say that a lot because you just start nitpicking your speech, like
I hate
God, I'm annoying.
I almost never have watched a replay of this just because what's with that?
Yeah, really.
I should probably get my nose professionally unbroken and then maybe
right
enunciate the words and have a voice for radio. But Yeah, no, when I hear, I'm like, oh man, fucking sorry, I mean nerd. Whoops, that's my bad.
Now your noise gate covered it up, actually.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it did. So, by the way, too, if anybody's wondering what's going on, I'm just looking in the YouTube chat. We got some chatter in the YouTube chat. Grant Wesley hoping to defend my King of King title tonight. Yeah, Grant Wesley won the last one. Wish you could be here. Thanks, Sean. Lap counter. Yeah, sorry, Sean. The lap, my tickers are messed up. These first 3 races, I'm going to have to just kind of say it out loud. Try my best to keep everybody up to date on the lap count. I don't know why. Sometimes the ticker software just doesn't seem to grab the game. So the thing, so basically, there will be no qualifying until the main event. So what they're doing right now is what we like to call lotto qualify. So the lineup right now, Bobby Farrell in the 7 leads the field down lap 1. That's the game, just deciding what order to drop everybody in. So basically,
there you have it.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's just like I said, it would take too long to qualify, so they just do the lotto qual. And 10 cars just tossed up in the air, land on the track. There's Grant Wesley in the back there. So we got Bobby Farrell, Nate Balsert, Garland Oaks, Mike Mangialardi, Cabana Man, Randy Waugh, Denny Carroll. Who's that? Dan Lovell, Ken Huntsbury, Grant Wesley, Brian Wolf, Ulysses Sandoval, and BSR's Silver Bullet.
Say some quite a few. Oh,
Nate's around. I picked the right car to follow. Brian Wolf threading the needle through that mess on lap number 2.
Balls.
Oh, jeepers.
Yeah, I was going to say a few new paint jobs out here that I have not seen.
Right, that Brian Wolf car, I did not know that was him. That's an awesome looking car.
And there's that pea soup green Coors Light.
That's Silver Bullet, yep.
That's what it is? Okay, I hadn't seen that one before.
From the Bomb Squad, BSR Silver Bullet. Call of the Rockies, or whatever. The Silver Bullet Coors Light, I think it is Coors Light. That's their thing, right? The Silver Bullet.
Or Coors or something. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not the light. It could be the Coors.
Yeah, so his name is Silver Bullet, and he drives the Silver Bullet. Makes sense.
There it is.
There's the catastrophe from 1 lap ago.
Ooh, that's too bad. That's already the first lap, so that's already going to leave a bunch of people.
What do you guys call that in out in the West Coast? Out here, when you get on the road and you do a burnout, we call it. We say like we're going to go drop some ribbons.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I ever.
Like you're laying down, you're going out there laying down some ribbons because that's what they look like, right?
Yeah, I know it makes sense for sure. I don't know if I would call them I don't think just burnout marks. Like we're going to do some burnouts or something. Brake stand. Saw someone doing a brake stand the other day in the parking lot. And
well, somebody said, when you're on your way to Sealy's Bay, make sure you check out the intersection at Pine Grove because you'll probably see my ribbons. So sure enough, when you're going up there, you come out on the highway. It's like 6 lanes wide, country road, middle of the night, right? Light them up.
It could very well be that I don't know enough hot rodders around here too.
Yeah.
That I'm not privy to the slang, the lingo.
Right.
What is going on here? We've got someone going for a play. Nope. I wasn't sure if he's going for that middle line, but okay. So not unlike last race, we have
a few
7
left
now in the front pack.
Denny Carroll leading.
8 actually.
Dan Lovell, Randy Waugh, Brian Wolf, pace car. Silver Bullet, Bobby Farrell, Grant Wesley, R.J. Cabana, Brian Wolf, Randy Waugh, Dan Lovell, and Denny Carroll lead the pack.
Now, what about the back half? Are they still in, or did everybody retire after that?
They are still in. The 029 Mike Mangialardi he's being scored 2 laps down, so he's still out there. He might be on the pits being 2 laps down. But yeah, there is a group about 22 seconds behind the leader. This is currently lap number 5. We currently are coming basically lap number 6.
100%.
We're not going to be able to do this. Lap number 6.
Need some more whiskey.
This is 100% lap 6. Denny Carroll, again, holding that line, driving from the review mirror. Much like the last heat race, I wonder, the move from level was made with one full lap to go, and it worked because he won the heat. Now, you don't need to win the heat. You just need to be in the top 5 of the heat.
But, I mean, it doesn't hurt for some bragging rights.
Right.
Hey, you guys remember when I won the heat and then every race after that?
Right.
That's what I would say. Something like that, just so you guys knew specifically.
Just so you remember.
Race I was talking of.
It's always good to win.
In the chat here, Craig Hagley said he lost his connection and he hopes to make it back. Gives a big shout out to Xfinity.
Yeah.
Well, actually, sorry, but I can't say what he wrote here. Junk.
Gosh darn garbage.
Yeah, what a heckin' pile of shoot that is.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. Currently lap number 7. This is the back straight.
I will write them a strongly worded letter.
The second line has begun with Grant Wesley trying to get something moving out there. And moving they are. I wonder if he'll have any takers if somebody wants to jump in front of Grant to get this line moving, because 4x4 here, each line has 4 cars in it.
Right, or if somebody hop onto that low line and say, "See you later, we got 5," and then peel off into the sunset.
That's what I'm saying. You've got 2 even stacks of cars here.
I see. Okay. Just making sure. I don't know enough about racing yet to know what you're talking about, so I just thought I would try to add something that made me sound a little more racy.
No, that's exactly what I meant. If they decide to shift, they'll drive away from the other stack of cars.
That's pretty evenly matched. They haven't. Oh, I mean, okay. Top line make no. They're making a good push, but they're so in lockstep right now. It's just
they get
find that extra gear.
Just like the lap before, they get a little bit of a run coming into turn 3. There it is.
Much like
they decided to shift up.
The shape is not constant. Oh.
Grant holds on to it.
Oh, he kept it back and down.
Yep.
But that's not going to work for him at this point now.
Traffic coming up. Mike Mangialardi is in the picture, but he will stay to the right.
Danny Carroll holding pretty firm there, but he's got someone coming up on the side. Forgive me, I don't know who that has the paint scheme. Oh.
Denny Carroll gets passed by Bobby Farrell.
Bobby Farrell in that car, right? And then Bobby's got a line behind him, too. They're kind of leaving Denny all alone.
Yeah. Denny was dominating this race, and he lost the lead, but as long as he can get a 5th place finish, which it looks like right now he's actually back to 6th.
I don't know. Bobby Farrell found that extra gear there. It looks like he just he got by Denny, and
last lap white flag is in the air. Trying to keep you guys up to date on the lap counter here, because we don't have one.
2.35 miles.
Give or take a couple feet.
Yeah, I remember exactly. I'm ballparking here. Tri-oval miles.
Silver Bullet to the front with a great push from the 88.
It's when you think it might have been
88 over. Cabana.
Going to run that high line. Oh, okay. Oh, no.
Silver Bullet being pushed by Cabana to the front. Randy Waz making it 3 wide, because why not? Ooh, man, top 5 is going to be close for top 5. Look at the top 5 finish, 3 wide.
Oh, what a
3 wide for top 5, and it goes to, well, look at this up here on my mouse. This is 5 and 6 are tied. So the 88 of Cabana and Randy Waugh were at the line, tied at the line.
So they gave it to 88 based on millimeters, or
the game can see. I think the game has a couple extra numbers we can't see.
That's right. Yeah, so it'll go thousands.
Probably, yeah.
I can't say that one with the TH on the end.
Thousandths of a second? Yeah. Let's get the flag. We got to get the flag. I got to get the right view. There it is.
There it is. What a...
Oh, maybe not. We went back to...
Watching...
That was weird. The race...
like, oh man, he was in first, then he was all the way to the back. He made his way up to third again. Like, it's never... And that's in the final lap. Like, that's amazing.
This will give me a chance to reset my tickers here.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
something happened. The race quit really, really early. That might mess up the stats, but they'll take care of it. Sorry, say again?
Oh, no, nothing. I'm saying if you're going to reload that, I'm going to go and take my union mandated 15. Well, I'll keep it to about like a minute and a half, but I got to go talk to my shop steward about the working conditions in here. I'll be filing a grievance, but don't let that concern you.
Yeah, I got enough demerits. I should be all right for a couple more grievances.
It's all right. Okay.
As Brad walks away, we are currently taking applications for co-host. As he said before, he doesn't even watch the broadcast, so he won't even hear me saying this. Just email Tarnation TV at applications@tarnationtv.com. Alrighty then. Should be able to load back into the race here, and hopefully the ticker issue has been fixed. I'm a big fan of having those stats up there for you guys, and I feel bad when it doesn't work. But then again, all the stuff is 20 years old, so it makes sense. Peter Dinkent was the guy who created the ticker software, GNL TV. Not even sure how he did it. It's been modified over the years. But at the core, it has never changed. Absolutely phenomenal program. It sits in behind the game while it's running in live mode. You can do it with artificial intelligence or live online league racing like we do here at Tarnation TV. And that program will collect the data on the track and feed it into a local host, which will then build a web page in which I can use my broadcast software to display the bits and pieces of that web page for your viewing enjoyment. If anybody's a techie person, might have understood what I said. If not, sorry about your luck. It looks like the server has been reset. We are in a practice mode right now. There may be a slight issue of figuring out who was in the top 5 there, but we have it on the broadcast, so they can always go back and check the broadcast for that information if they need it. That's a bonus of broadcasting live, too. We've had issues before where servers crashed out and we didn't know who won the race or what the points would have been for the entire field if you've got 35 cars racing on the track, and then all of a sudden the race comes to an end, and sometimes the server will just reset itself within 10 seconds.
You got it all sorted?
The broadcast sometimes actually saved it the one time because they had the ticker information. So that's why I really do like to get the ticker running. Yeah, it looks like they're back in practice here, man. Did you have a talk with your union steward?
Yeah, he said I didn't have a case, but...
oh, really? That's weird.
Yeah, well, mind you, he caught me drinking on the job, too, so...
Yeah, no, I texted him.
Yeah, I figured as much. I'm like, I got in there. He's like, you already paid him off, right? And,
yeah,
you already sent the money. I'm like, well, I'll just go back to the booth and kiss a whole bunch of ass and say, I was just kidding, bud. You know how I am.
Tarnation TV, we might give you a window over in that corner over there.
Exactly, yeah.
What the crazy thing is, too, is like one day, it would be kind of neat. Maybe we'll actually broadcast the race in the same room. That'd be kind of sweet.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be weird.
Actually see each other. We wouldn't talk over each other as much. Maybe we will. To hell with it. We're just going to keep stepping on it. What's it called? It's Tarnation TV. Stepping on each other since 2022.
If you will it, it will happen. But that's the thing, too. And you're going to have a little bit of an internet delay, not to mention I'm pushing out a Facebook feed and a YouTube feed in high def. Also trying to talk to you, and you're looking at this through Discord. So I really have a the line is plugged up over here, to say the least.
But yeah, no, we definitely should do a live broadcast, live on location somewheres.
Yeah, somewhere. It might not look as sophisticated, but it would be possible to make it work. The tickers are working. So. We have confirmation, and we have Craig Hagley on the track. So thanks, Craig. He's out there doing some troubleshooting. He's got a time on the board, so the ticker can throw up some information, and everything seems to be working.
Nice. I do see it on the YouTube. We have green. We have
green flags, statistics
green
screens.
For days.
Yep. Tarnation TV is a website that you can watch on YouTube. We do broadcast on Facebook as well. We used to do Twitch and Kick, but There's our upcoming broadcast for September 2023, September 22nd, King of Kings. That's right now. You are watching that live.
You tell them about the merch they could buy? Tarnation TV merch? We don't have merch yet.
No. You can buy the merch, but you just won't show up in the mail.
You can send us $20 for a quote-unquote T-shirt.
Okay, buddy.
Right.
Up here. Remember, one switch at a time.
Send you a crayon and a white Hanes shirt. Here.
Do it yourself?
The do-it-yourself kit.
Right.
We put it in a box, a white T-shirt in a box with like 4 crayons, and like, it's the Tarnation TV merch kit. You can build your own.
Build your own merch.
Build your own merch. Here's a white hat. Draw our picture on it.
So this will be heat number 3. But would this actually count as heat number...
That's what I wanted to ask you, because...
Technically, this is heat 5, because it would be the final 2 heats, and then a last chance heat, and then a main event. So we're going to run with heat 3.
Drivers, start your engines!
Oh, geez, who won heat 2? We just watched it. Was it Silver Bullet?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Pretty sure.
That's the chat. They know stuff. Hey, chat.
But you
who
got
won
me
heat
questioning
2?
myself. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was Silver Bullet. I know he made a run near
Then
the
he came
end
in
there.
third.
It's basically the top 5 that matters. I mean, we're looking at winners, but really the only winner tonight is the winner of the main event. Every other heat race that we run right now is top 5, and then sixth and back go into another section, and then if you come in last, you're out. You're completely eliminated. Sean Dotson 04 was the one that won the race, which is Silver Bullet.
Races. Look at that pace car go down there.
Oh, maybe we should get on the pack.
No, I was just laughing. Like, I was focused right on the car as you went down the pit. That's not 55, I'm pretty sure.
No. So as you can see here, Doug Hulick, Cabana up front, Grant Wesley's in there. So these cars have already raced tonight. So this is... The first 2 heats are done, and we are into heat number 5. This would be considered heat 5 according to Ken's notes. 15 drivers, the top 9 drivers move on to the main.
Going to the third wide. Oh, it was. Sorry.
So let's see if I have this set up here. That's heat 5. Yeah, I do. Okay. We're going to call this heat 5 because this is how we have it set up.
Cool.
So the top 5 drivers from the last 2 heat races are competing right now to move on to the main event. The top 9 cars of this race will advance to the main event. The bottom 5 drivers will go into the last chance race. And the last place driver of this race will be completely eliminated. Completely, basically. 100%.
100%. Right on. That's all that I wanted to know. If it was 100%, then you just skipped all the other words and told me that right from the get-go.
Yeah. Marty and I, same thing. He says literally all the time. Like, I literally went to the store today and I started chirping him for it. So now that's all we do. Because what are you going to do with your bros, right? You're gonna chirp you all the time.
I'm going to figuratively punch you in the mouth.
Right. And what do you do when you see one of your best friends in public? You give him the middle finger because you're best friends and it's funny.
Mm.
You just better hope you just better hope he's not wearing the same hat, because it's like, wait, dude, I'm sorry, I thought you were my best friend. You're just a guy with the same hat. You're gonna get punched out.
Exactly.
Might want to be sure about that.
You better be, you got to be 100% sure.
You know what I'm sure of?
What's that?
Doug Hewlett's so far leading all these laps. That's what I'm sure of.
He's looking pretty comfortable up front there. He's not really given any room.
Bottom line is tight, but so is the top line. That's why we're basically door-to-door this entire race so far. Doug Hewlett in the 23 has been credited, though, with both laps being led. So Cabana's right there.
It's pretty darn close, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at, he's going to eke him out just.
I like watching the cars at the back because they seem to just get a surge every once in a while. When you get the little bit of bump drafting, that air just pulls them in.
This is some racing here. Holy smokes. These guys are just...
The All-Star race...
Just changing positions back. Oh, you're first? No, I'm first. No, but look at this push on the top line.
Wow. That top line is trucking. Or carring. These aren't trucks.
They are, in fact, traveling.
Yeah, they are moving along. The All-Star race a couple nights ago was absolutely phenomenal. No yellow flags until the last, 10 to go or something.
It was a clean race.
It was amazing. Yeah. And the Michigan race we called on Tuesday was awesome, too, at the Back to the Future series. It was another phenomenal race with the only yellow coming out there being a blown motor. Unfortunately, we're looking at him now, of Brian Lovell, and that was the only yellow in that race was that blown motor, which didn't even cause an accident. So that was another absolutely flawless race.
He definitely had the bum's luck on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I say, it's the second final of that we call this season. This season where there was a catastrophic engine or transmission failure in race 10, the final one. And a couple here and there. Maybe we don't notice them as much throughout the earlier part of the season, but the fact that they both happened on the final race seemed to be that's just some general bad luck. And for the randomness of it all, right?
That's the thing, yeah. And to happen to a chase car as well. Currently focused on the 21 of Randy Waugh leading this race. Has 1 lap led. Cabana has 2 laps led, and Hewlett has 2 laps led as well. Sharon the lead up there. We're only on lap 6 and already 3 different lead changes, 3 different leaders. Where do you want to be going down to the final lap, though, man? I don't know about being in first. That's a tough one sometimes.
Well, you can only do so much to hang on to it, right? And you got everybody plotting on you.
That's the thing. Everybody just wants to get in front of you.
Right? Now they're going 3 wide. He's got a second at the top there. Oh, almost got away from him a little bit sideways there.
Yeah. The push from Branstetter in the 510, maybe not the most squared up push, but these guys know what they're doing. They collected it all pretty good there.
Oh, getting low on the paint. Jumping around a little bit on the runoff there.
Randy Waugh holding them.
In the middle like a dirty shirt. Yeah. Yep. Danny Carroll.
In this race, by the way, we've got Randy Waugh, R.J. Cabana, Brian Lovell, Doug Hewlett, Bob Dixon, Denny Carroll, Silver Bullet, Craig Hagley, Grant Wesley, Bobby Farrell, Stephen Branstetter, and Graham McDonald. Graham McDonald is off pace. About 6 seconds back from the leader, not in the draft anymore. So the top 9 advance, so that'll be Grant on up. Grant in that 88 NOS Energy car. Topsy-turvy, a little bit squirrely up front. Look at the push, though. You see that? You can tell these guys are teammates. Because Randy just drives and lets Brian push him.
Yeah, exactly. Just keep it. Don't move. All right.
Yep. That's how cars get turned. If guys get a little bit antsy, maybe they're not used to being pushed. But, I mean, these guys are always helping each other out, so they know exactly what to do on both ends of that. TV1 is the camera I currently have it set to. When we come down the back straightaway, it's the best camera to actually see how close these guys are. Well, and spectator camera, of course, to actually see the nose to tail, like physically pushing each other down the back straight, right underneath that car.
198. Yeah. Just
no big deal.
Flat out. Yeah, only 300 kilometers an hour around a big corner. No big deal.
Yeah. That's crazy fast, man.
Over that, probably close like 320, because 180 miles would be 300. So that's got to be closer to like 300 and... Oh, there he goes, holding it in there.
White flag is in the air. Final lap, Randy Waugh still leading the pack. Waiting for somebody to put a run on him.
King-size Dumouriez.
Yes.
That car is... Every time I'm sorry, it'll never not be that.
I remember...
It's the Rorschach chart for old ex-smokers. I'm like, I remember what that was like.
Yeah. That's like me. I can't not see it now, too. I remember that.
Dumouriez king-size. Back when they used to be $5 a pack. Smoking's bad for you, so don't do that stuff.
No. The top 9 advance, so they don't really need to race each other too hard.
But they might want to. Here comes Danny Carroll. He won't settle for
Not
third.
enough time, though.
No.
There you go.
I guess he will have to take it.
Congratulations.
Because I recognize his paint scheme more than some of the other ones here tonight, so I'm like, if I'm not calling out your name, it's not personal. It's just my limited knowledge of who's who.
Yeah, and some guys are running in different... There's the Bama Crimson Tide 21 car of Randy Waugh. If you're going to do a burnout, Randy, let it rip. No, he's not.
Saving fuel.
All right. Now we're getting ready for heat number 6 is what it'll be known as, because not really, but that's how we have it set up. We had to assume that there might be 30 or 40 drivers. You have to kind of plan for everything. And like I said, the graphics cannot be changed on the fly. So I just basically built in a fail-safe and planned ahead for every possible scenario.
Everybody wins.
Oh, we get to see the... Oh, it went away. Gosh darn it. That was
I was standing there with the trophy.
The magazine screen, yeah. The Papyrus newsletter with Randy Waugh on the front with his arms crossed. He's like, hurry up and take the picture. I got somewhere to be. There's a pastry stand down there in the pit road. See, it did the same thing. They're backing it right out. This might be better off. This might be better for the server, actually. Backing it right up and resetting the race weekend completely. Maybe that's less likely to crash. I don't know.
Clear all the gremlins out?
Yeah. It's like the last race there, it quit. The server will reset itself, but it's supposed to be on like a 5 or 10 minute timer. Just a practice session, waiting for heat number 6. Randy Waugh wins that last one. Just writing down the word Randy Waugh. Do we know what the trophy is for winning the King of Kings event tonight, Brad? I heard it's pretty special.
Wasn't it someone like a taxidermied opossum?
I believe you're right.
Unless somebody left the last one out and it went bad, so you can't get the smell of wet dead opossum out of my car, out of your car, out of anybody's car. That smell lingers. I'll carry that with me too.
That's something. That's something.
No, is there actually a trophy?
Okay, buddy.
Is there?
Remember, one
You get a great big virtual sticker?
I can't remember, actually.
I know
we'd have to ask
certain
Ken.
ones used to be like, Jeff, did you like a coffee mug or something the first time, or something like that, wasn't it?
Yes, there's been coffee mugs and little plastic trophies and stuff like that.
Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff on.
You reading the YouTube chat? I kind of want to. It looks pretty awesome. You should check it out.
That's good though. We got a lot of
Sean's backing us up.
Yeah, that's fantastic. 25 viewers. Holy smokes!
No, I'm just saying. As Emerson says, ugly graphics. Play something newer. I'm like, why would we play something newer when this is the best NASCAR game ever made?
Oh, exactly.
Go play NASCAR Heat and tell me that's a good game. You can't. You'd be lying about it. Those games are so bad. I mean, they've been getting better, but they're still not good at all.
The problem with new games is that they want you to pay for every single track. They want you to pay for all digital DLC upgrades. You can play all these ones, but
iRacing is amazing, but it costs $12 a month.
Amazing
And it's $15 for the yeah. You know, it's $15 a month and $10 to $15 for a track. It's no,
and you can get updated tracks, upgraded tracks, like the texture packs. There's all sorts of stuff you can do to polish this game up. There's stuff guys playing with reshade. The
reshade guys are crazy. It almost looks like iRace. The guys who get in or they put reshade on top of this, the settings they have. You need a really good video card to do some of those reshade tricks, but that's some wild stuff. And this is the best NASCAR game, NASCAR simulator ever made, as far as we're all concerned. iRacing is made by the people who made this game. So, iRacing's better. I'm like, yeah, it is better. And it was made because it was made by the people who made this. And they took the core of this and made iRacing.
Yeah, exactly. iRacing is great if you got like $1 million to drop on all the courses and all the stuff.
I played it for a couple of years. I bought a couple new series, a couple of tracks and stuff, to kind of get away from the free stuff. So you're racing with people who are actually serious about it. But you know what, man? I always come back to this. It might not look the best, but the physics are amazing, and it's a lot of fun, and the communities are massive. There's so many leagues for this game. It boggles my mind still, 20 years later, how you could go on between Discord and Facebook and still find about 100 leagues.
And honestly, if you say this is ugly, I have to say you're being a bit of a troll or like somewhat disingenuous, because honestly, this is you've been spoiled. You have no idea. You have first world privilege problems of dealing with all my wonderful graphics. This is amazing graphics. You have no idea what you're talking about in the scheme of things. Like
considering how old it is, it's 20 years old. This holds up pretty good.
Not like it doesn't look like it does in 2003. Like it's been modded. There's mods you can do.
That's the thing. In 2003, it did not look this good. The community bumped it up, and it's free.
It's for free. It's abandonware, and you can mod the hell out of it. But
oh my goodness,
we are got sideways.
We got some rollovers, and away everyone goes. Shiny side up, boys. Like you say,
we are
no yellows.
5.
So we'll steep. Oop. Forgot to put up my heat number 6. These are the drivers that qualified 6th or lower in the first 2 heat races, racing it out tonight. And this heat, again, the top 9 will move on to the main event. We have one more heat after this. There is no yellows at all tonight, ever. The cautions are off completely. This is all about sprinting. But yeah, this game is freebie. myabandonware.com. You can download it for nothing because it was abandoned. It's a 20-year-old game. It was abandoned about 18 years ago, I think 2004, 2005, when Papyrus disbanded and went their separate ways, but made sure to take their netcode and their physics with them.
you're complaining about this dude's 40 years old and you complain about the graphics. Put my ray tracing. Honestly, you're gonna kick rocks and jog on. If you're complaining about the graphics in the game that looks like this, you have to be trolling, dude. I can't take you seriously. If you grew up in the same era of video games we did, and you're saying this looks like junk, you've got to be like, you're beyond ridiculous, sir.
I'm trying to.
I simply can't even.
I play games with way worse graphics than this. I just love the way the games work.
You probably streaming it on this like iPhone 3 or something.
Even Fortnite's a lot of fun. That thing looks like a cartoon.
Fortnite's rocking the Unreal Engine 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an amazing piece of thing. And that game looks incredible. But again, it's what are you drawing, right? Like, yeah. Oh, this NASCAR game sucks because the stands look shitty. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't like the way the
crowd is
concrete
flat.
looks. Come on. I can't take you seriously. I'm assuming you're pulling my leg. We'll leave it at that. I should have a good day, sir.
I like it too. Like, you know, everybody on this track's been playing this thing probably 20 years anyway, so we'll be playing it for 20 more.
Considering where it's come from to where it is now, like 2003 to this, I guess maybe that's where you could appreciate it more.
Mm-hmm.
Like
growing with it.
I take umbrage with. I'm like, it looks so much better now than it had any right to look.
Yeah, if you install this right now and play it, it's going to look like garbage because the textures are, you know, low resolution and it just looks like crap. But yeah, Ken Roberts dominating this. He's led all the laps.
We're not
every
talking
single
about
one
Rad
of them.
Racer. We're not talking about Excite Bike. Wait, the cars
like
have
I said,
shadows. What else do you want?
Go play NASCAR. I dare you to play NASCAR Heat 5 for longer than half an hour. It's impossible. Right. It's really, really bad. I got it for super cheap on computer, and you can't even, when you boot it up on computer, all the menu buttons and stuff are all Xbox.
You can't please everybody, right?
I'm like, so you ported it from you used a computer to make a game, put it on the Xbox, and then brought it back to the PC, but didn't change any of the logos. So I can't and you can't even use half the buttons because it's a console game.
Oh, that sucks. So yeah, that just became a race of 5 pretty quick.
Yeah. But like again, top 9 get in. So top 9 right now: Ken Roberts, Garland Oakes, Ken Huntsbury, Keith Bynum, Dan Lovell, Robert Breedlove, Mark Paglia, Jeffrey Elliott, and Brian Wolf. Breedlove, Paglia, Elliott, and Wolf are 25 seconds behind the leaders, so they are in their own separate pack back there. I guess we can go take a look at them. Who is it? Breedlove in the 931. So there's the second pack, about ready to pick up Breedlove. Take it back on Ken here, the race leader. Top 9 advance into the main event. But it's funny, these guys know that the top 9 go into the main event, but they're still going to race each other.
Oh yeah, just for fun, right? I mean, Ken put it on, and he's going to drive like 5 cars wide, anyways.
Yeah.
Good luck to anyone trying to get around him, unless they can all if all of a sudden 4 of them leave him. That's about the only way I think they're going to get around him. But he seemed to be holding firm there. But as we've seen in the last few races, anything can happen, and especially in the last lap.
And Ken too is a big fan of that middle line, but he's sort of running halfway between the middle and the bottom.
Yeah, it seems he's guarding it.
He's guarding that yellow, yeah. You're not allowed to pass below the yellow. You can go down there if you have to avoid something, but you can't advance your position. White flag in the air.
There it is. There's the break off. No, not quite. They can't. Not committing.
Turn number 4. Unfortunately, I had it set in the replay mode. We're almost at the end of the race. I was about a quarter lap behind. Sorry about that. I just realized that my flags were at a sync. Ken Roberts will take the white flag. Let's try this again.
Up on some traffic.
I actually had it. I must have paused it for 5 seconds. So then we are back. We are back live
editing out some of the bad words.
No, I don't know what
you
happened.
didn't pause the stream. You just paused the game. No.
I must have been looking at a replay or something. Nate Balser will yield to the right to let the lead pack advance. These guys look like they're trying to do some Blue Angels Snowbirds air show stuff.
What is he talking about? Show chat here.
Are they going to fan out and try to get him? Hansberry's going to the outside, but it's not going to work.
So Emerson's just not a NASCAR fan, so he is the full control. Be gone, sir. Kick rocks and don't let the door hit you, or the good Lord splits you.
Congratulations to Ken Roberts.
Suck a fart through a straw, in other words.
These guys don't wait long enough for me to get the little...
There's no burnouts.
No.
No burnouts at all.
I think after that glitch in Heat 2, Ken is paranoid about it quitting too early. I think that's what's going on there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good, but I'm gonna fuck with him first a little bit. Unless we use a
Ken Roberts winning that heat there. I got to write that down. Heat 6.
I'll leave if you say that F1 is NASCAR.
How do you spell Ken?
Leave. Oh, that's...
How do you spell Roberts?
That's 2 R's, not beside each other.
An absolute... my game just crashed. I'll have to reboot that again. Ken dominated that race. Basically led every single lap. Basically. 100%.
100%. Yeah, and just like 100% that Emerson's mom never gave him a hug, and he is 100% the reason that his dad left. 100%.
We love interaction in the YouTube channel, but yeah, it's funny how did he find a NASCAR 2003 live league broadcast? How did he find that? If you weren't looking for it, I don't get it. You're not a NASCAR fan. How did you find NASCAR 2003 by Papyrus?
I'm guessing he's like a
company that went out of business 18 years ago.
You know what I did? I put my Facebook profile public the other day, so I think I got a stalker. Somebody sent me some there's a picture of a shriveled up shrimp, and I didn't know why I kept getting these pictures.
That's a weird
one. It was about a half inch big, little like a mushroom. I don't know what it was. Anyways, I kept deleting them, but I wonder if it's the same guy.
It's possible. We're supposed to be broadcasting Ken's race. It's going off the rails.
I'm sorry, Ken. I'll get back to it. I just had to tell this guy he's
well, we're between heats, right? What are we supposed to do?
All right, come on down to the roast of Emerson Colihole. I am Colihole. I need TP for my bunghole. Oh man, I can do this all night.
I think you could.
Sorry, this is not the Brad Rips on Emerson show.
I mean, I just think Emerson for finding.
Just mind your P's and Q's. Don't be a D, and I won't have to F you in the A. You see?
I just find it awesome that Emerson somehow can't stand NASCAR, but found 12 people on planet Earth playing a racing simulator from 2003 to just come into the chat.
American drives suck as well. Oh my God, I suppose so. Listen, when you finish the Mavis Beacon teaches typing, get back to me with that. What is this? Okay, but can you do a right turn? I mean, yeah, can you do a right turn like off a bridge? Now, come on. Here's your final warning. We keep it PG here. We keep it PG, and we're respectful of Groot here. If you don't like it, this isn't the place for that. I mean, and also it's not fair too, because I've just been informed by my lawyers that I'm not allowed to pick on the mentally. Oh no, I can't say that word.
No, you can't. You gotta be
disabled. Yeah. So
I think I need to make a car with this guy's name on it. He's gonna be my sponsor next year.
This guy's awesome.
This car's gonna go fast.
Hey, Emerson, check this out. Do you know what my absolute? I'm looking at it real close to the mic. You know my absolute favorite part about this whole thing is that you just can't quit me. You are here, and I've got you hook, line, and sinker. I own your mind. That's right, baby.
This is the most unprofessional broadcast ever. I love it. Oh, man. Currently just watching Graham go for a drive here. We're waiting for the start of the last chance heat race. Yeah, the last chance heat race. These are the guys who were eliminated from the first two heats. They get a last chance to make it to the main event. These drivers, of course, in this last chance race, they will not be able to qualify for the main event. They did not win.
No. And for good measure, we will not stand any besmirching of fellow nations. We are Canadian. There are some Canadians. There's some Americans. There's people from all over. So
yeah,
we do not tolerate that kind of shenanigans here. To borrow a quote from some of the other people, this is the wokest effing racing channel you've ever come across. So don't try any of that shit here. Now, back to the race.
Yeah. Did my ticker not fire up again? No, it did. Okay, good.
Yeah, and you're going a little timeout for 300 seconds. You think about what you did.
Oh, you give him a little slap. Okay. Brad / Tarnation TV. He knows your last name. Brad _ Tarnation TV.
Well, I hope I don't get doxxed.
I mean, we appreciate the views and the interaction in the YouTube channel, but I mean, that's a little bit crazy.
Exactly. Like Brian Levels, they all matter, dude. We're all in this together.
Yeah.
Like you say, we're pulling for you. This is a team. There's a community.
Massive community.
Except for when we're racing. When they're racing, all bets are off.
That's different. Yeah.
Family.
I've seen it happen,
get behind the wheel, like, unless it's a team race or, you're working together. Yeah.
Well, like you say, we're all in this together, but I've seen even Team Stone Gap Virginia, Big Stone Gap Virginia will turn on each other on the final lap. So
there's been stuff out there that I'm sure has caused ripples for Thanksgiving. About you, like they're racing around there and like someone's salty, like, you know what? I know what you did.
Right.
You said you got into me by accident, but I'm pretty sure you gave me a little sideways shove there. No, I'm not suggesting there'd be like disputes like that, but I think there may be a few. If it was me and my brother, I'd be like, oh man, can't believe you bailed on me at the last second just to join the high line. I don't know. And then he'd say,
something like
what are you
that,
talking about? I don't know anything about NASCAR. And I'd say, don't worry about it. I'm learning.
Yeah. I've been versed.
NASCAR,
I've been versed. Brad's got a fan club going. I know better. When Brad gets fired up, I'd be quiet.
No, we were having fun. There's no hard feelings. It's just like...
No, I mean, if you're going to chirp us, we can chirp you back. It's fine.
Exactly.
Let's turn left all day. Okay.
We'll turn
like
left all day, and then at the end of turning left, we'll go up and we'll have a pint, and then we're all good.
I do appreciate the argument of all you do is turn left. I'm like, okay.
You've
That's
got me
what
there,
NASCAR
I guess,
is. I don't know. What do you think when you turn into a NASCAR race? What do you think's going to happen? They do have a lot more road courses this year now. They race like 7 road courses, but Chicago, Circuit of the Americas, Watkins Glen, Sears Point, Sonoma. I don't know what they call it now. There's a few.
You can't compare it to F1. You can't compare it to anything else because
F1's gnarly, dude. Those cars are so crazy.
It's not even apples and oranges. It's like steak to like tofu. It's like, I mean, they've got their own place, but like it's not the same thing. I mean, if you're really passionate about like ambidextrous turning, then I'm guessing NASCAR isn't anything. However, that being said, if you watch, I don't think you watch it anymore, but if you were watching, you would notice that sometimes they do turn right. Well, they drift up a little bit, and it's not like a sharp right turn. So maybe that if you're like a big right turn fanatic, it's probably not going to be enough to get your goat. But look at this. We got off to a really good start here.
Yep.
So far, I think we did.
Yep. These drivers. Yeah, there's 8 drivers in this last chance heat. Bobby Farrell leading the pack around here for the first lap.
Side note.
Mark Paglio, Stephen Branstetter, Graham McDonald, Nate Balser, Jeffrey Elliott, Gary Mingus, and Grant Wesley all in the last chance heat. See if they can make it into the main event.
I think that officially means we've made it to the big time if we get trolls. Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to not grin, but like I got a big old smile on my face. I'm like, I think we made it, dude. Like I think.
Did you read? Keep reading though. It's pretty funny. All the boys, of course, are sticking up for us, the broadcast.
Oh, I know. And that's the thing, right?
I love you guys, man.
We feel the love, and I know we have no room for shenanigans here. This is
like Brian Lovell. Good job to the booth guys. Sean Dotson, Brad is the man. Denny Carroll. I think Emerson might have rode the short bus with tinted windows. CM Van 10.
He knows how to put it right because we're
great job in the
very,
booth.
We're very conscious of the words we use. We don't want to use the R word and other things like that. But yeah, I will say, like, that is a lovely crash helmet and drill bib combination that you are sporting there, sir. Like we'll get creative with it. And I'll get called out. That was pretty ableist. And I'm like, you know what, you were right. But it was fun to say at the time, and I'm sorry. Back to the race. Sorry, we're getting distracted here.
We were emotional.
It was I'm still emotional. I'm still smiling for them. I'm like, ooh, I like that. Because that's when my buddy, when he first started doing streaming for a video game, he's like, I knew it started to take off when I was getting trolled. And I'm like, And then he never got huge. He had on Twitch, had 100 viewers, but he had a good following and a good community like we do. And it wasn't about chasing
tight in the back there. Sorry, yeah.
No, it wasn't about chasing 1 million viewers. I'll keep it short, but it was just about having a good community of people that you rebuild against stuff. And maybe he comes back. He thinks on what he did and he reflects and realized that saying bad things about my mom wasn't cool.
This is Grant Wesley moving to the bottom. I think he just had to do that to kind of avoid contact with Nate. They were really tight up front there.
I thought he got a hold of him there for a minute, the way he slipped out like that.
It looked like it, yeah. No, but I mean, we're just here on a Friday night hanging out with friends. That's all it is. It's the simplest way to say it. Right. We're all friends. We love this game. We've loved it for 20 years, or 3 years, or 6 months, or however long you've played it. And you find a group of a lot of drivers, man. There's races here that there's too many people that want to race, and they got to have knockout qualifying to get 41 cars on the track because 60 guys show up. How does that happen?
It's the elite, though, right?
It is.
It's a finely tuned.
And I'm the best. That's why they put me in the booth, because I win too much.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm a wild card, so they won't let me race anymore. Oh.
Grant is really on the wheel right now.
He is. He wants that. He's like, give me an inch, right? Well, we got halfway through the race.
Have you seen Grant's setup?
Yeah, is that the one you sent me the picture of?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, he's got buttons. I honestly don't even know.
He has a rig set up with 4 TV screens surrounding him with wheels and all kinds of crazy. It's nuts. I think he's got a direct drive system too, so the force feedback would be instantaneous. Lap number 6, being led by Bobby Farrell. He has led every single lap, man. These guys get out front and they do not let off. Bobby Farrell has been up front in a couple of these heats. This is the last chance race. Of course, he must have had some trouble in one of the other heats. They're all still tight. They're all within half a second. Sorry?
Who's in the purple car? I haven't seen that before.
That's Gary Mingus.
Okay. Is that a new scheme, or is that something from a while back? I don't think I've seen that one.
He raced it in the All-Star race on Wednesday.
Oh, that was the one I missed. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha. New skin.
Yep. Yeah, he paid himself up a new car. These guys are getting a little bit racy, but not too racy. They're trying to get a second line started more than once, but Grant, Grant got spun.
He got it in the corner. Look at
Gary's out, so it's down to 4.
That's the last half of the pack, just like that.
Yeah.
Just caught the passenger rear quarter panel.
Checking my notes here on the last chance race. 13 drivers, 5 from Heat 5 and 8 from Heat 6. Top 5 drivers move on to the main. On your screener, that's why it says the top 5 advance. So we are currently looking at the top 4. We're currently looking at top 5. Stephen Branstetter is right there also. He got through the brouhaha. And if everything stays like this, we will see Bobby Farrell, Mark Paglia, Jeffrey Elliott, Nate Balser, and Stephen Branstetter advance into the main event. These 5 drivers will not be allowed to qualify for the event, but they will be in the event nonetheless. And there's the ribbons we were talking about.
So it just gives them a bye to the next round, and they don't have to go. They deserve it after a racing like this, making it through the smoke and the scrum that they just got through. Well, and the fact that it happened behind them too was they did a spectacular job. But hey, we just avoided the crash. But that was.
Well, it's a cool setup. Like, it's a very neat template for an evening of racing. Is all these little short 10-lap sprinters, and then to even take all the guys who lost out on the heats to have this last chance heat to still make it in. It's very neat because you don't, just because you lost in Heat 2. Don't just disconnect and go home. Like, hang around, man, because if you get into this last chance race, these guys are looking pretty good.
Get in there, get angry, and then get back on the track and then drive like crazy. Or not angry, but get pumped up.
Yeah, get fired up.
Yeah, as I always try to motivate my kids when they're getting frustrated with their video game, I'm like, have you guys considered not sucking? Like, just getting a little bit better at it. And I find that always motivates them to go and talk to their mom or ask Siri instead of ever talking to me again. I would never.
I just realized again, apologize to the broadcast, the ticker again it's working now, but it went out for a little while.
Oh, I see it on the stream right now.
Yeah, I just turned it back on. I'm trying to. It's hard sometimes. I forget to. It's in my brain to double check stuff, and then sometimes I forget. Bobby Farrell leading this pack. I wonder if they're going to race him. I'm assuming they will.
Do you think so? I wouldn't want to chance it. Can you imagine?
It doesn't look. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna.
I just thought just play it safe. They know there's 5 of them there. At least if they're counting by their mirrors, and they go.
Yep.
Oh.
Nice clean finish.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, if they race and then they crash, I wonder if that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if they were all thinking at the same time. Like, I don't want to really make a move here because we're just going to get into the next, we'll qualify and we'll be set for the next heat. Or maybe they just didn't feel good about it. I don't know. But tune in next heat.
Well, I just noticed. Did you kick Emerson out of the chat completely? It looks like all his messages got deleted. Is that what you did?
No, he's right here. He was still. I put him in timeout.
Oh, it says every single one of his messages. It says message deleted by you. So I didn't know if you clicked on him and it just completely muted him.
Oh, shouldn't be. Can I unmute that? Because that's not what I was trying to do. I literally only. I've never ever mod kicked anybody, so I just thought it was funny. It said I could put him in a timeout, which is maybe laugh because that's what we used to do with the kids when they were little. So
right.
I was just gonna put him in. It said put him in a timeout for 300 seconds, and then he just typed not that long ago after he's like, if this car turns to the left again, dude, I swear to God, right? So I just let him just say his piece, but I didn't.
The previous messages all disappeared. That's funny. That's a pretty good one, though. If these cars go...
I have no beef with it. I'm having fun. It's all good.
That's really good.
I'm having a great time, and I'm glad we got to chirp each other. I hope he's had as much fun as we did.
It was fun.
Until we, as long as we leave the mothers out of it, I think that's a fair line in the sand to not cross.
Yeah, don't... Bobby Farrell. I gotta write that one down, too. So the winners of the heats this evening, before the main event starts shortly...
Oh, yeah. So that's
Brian
not bad.
Lovell, BSR Silver Bullet, Randy Waugh, Ken Roberts, and Bobby Farrell.
You deleted message. Huh.
Stay tuned for the main event. I'd say we now go to a word from our sponsor, but I don't have any commercials.
Just race. Brought to you by a quiet Friday night from the both of us.
That's it. Yeah. So join us tomorrow for the Cannon Hinnant 100. Or sorry, the what is it? The End Gun Violence 100. A tribute to Cannon Hinnant, hosted by Brian Wolf tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. This broadcast will go live again. They're working us to death.
It is, right? Evenings and weekends, but thankfully we get that triple overtime. And
6 broadcasts in one day that one time.
Keeps the lights on. Yeah,
it does.
I don't think I was part of that one.
That was an endurance race. It was the world's first 27-hour-long drive broadcast. I couldn't feel my legs.
No, you did that with Brian?
No, that was a lie. I made that up.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't remember. I know I wasn't part of that, but
no.
Oh, that's why you were kicking me into the table. Sorry, man. I'm messing up your whole.
Hey.
Shut up
Pay
about
attention
it.
over there.
I'm trying to go there.
All right. After the last chance heat race, we will reset the server and take a 5-minute break to sort out the drivers for the main race. We will be qualifying for the main race. So, the main race will consist of 18 drivers, 9 from heat number 5 and 9 from heat number 6. Plus the 5 drivers who finished the last chance race at the top. They are not allowed to qualify. The main event is a 38-lap main event at 1 times fuel frequency, so they will not need to pit. Caution flags will be on. Oh, I thought cautions would be... Oh, no, I know what it is. Caution flags will be on for the main event. Damage is set to moderate. So damage will be on as well. Moderate, not realistic. The top 18 drivers can qualify if they wish to. There will be racing back at every caution. So usually what happens when a yellow comes out in a main event like that, like in a big race any other day of the week, the field is frozen. So the drivers will all start to kind of slow down and stop racing each other. Unless it's under 10 to go. Once we're within the last 10, it's race back to the line. This main event, it's race back to the line. Every yellow flag will be a race back situation. So that'll be exciting because nobody's lifting when the yellow comes out. Even if it's a 38-lap race, say the yellow comes out on lap 14, the drivers aren't stopping until they get to the stripe. So what that means too, you can actually overtake a driver and claim that spot, which is how NASCAR used to operate in 2003. Because that's just an old rule. And they changed it because it was dangerous and it was a good change. So that will be... That makes sense. Yeah, so tonight, this main event is raced back to the yellow. So that's cool. We're going to see some position changes and then the field gets locked as the cars cross the line, which is the old way of doing it. Currently focused on the 32 of Craig Hagley. This is just a practice event. Wasted some time here before Ken and the boys have to figure out who goes where and who's coming into the main race and who gets to sit on the sidelines and watch the broadcast if they wish.
Absolutely.
YouTube chat. Go 388. Edward McGowan says that. So we got some Lovell fans. Team from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. It's a good team to root for.
It is. The safe money is there, right?
Mm-hmm. There's one of them right there. Randy Waugh.
I got to go see what the dog is barking about. I'm going to take this 4 laps to go check a look. I'll be right back, sir.
Roger. we were saying before, join us tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Ken and Hinnon End Gun Violence 100. Hosted by Brian Wolf. We usually do one of these tribute races every year. Cannon's family is involved with some pre-raced videos that Brian has edited together that will be in the broadcast there, so that'll be a lot of fun. It's an invitational, and then we ran a qualifying race for that race a few weeks back. Brian selected, I believe it was 20 drivers to race in the race, and then we had a qualifying event to add 10 more. So I believe it will be a 30-car field. Somewhere between 20 and 30. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it'll be a pretty full field tomorrow for that race. So join us right here if you want to watch that with us. Or hey, if you're a driver watching this, you'll probably be, maybe you're driving it. I don't know. Do whatever you want. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your mom. Join us on the 25th, which is the Monday, Josh's Eggs Touring Series at SMO Speedway. Brad and I will be calling that one. I have actually been racing in Josh's Eggs Touring Series as a driver. It's a lot of fun. A little bit of a smaller league, averaging about 15 drivers every week on a Monday to race. They race a lot of different tracks that were made for the sim. Some cool little short tracks, some really neat road courses, massive super speedways, all kinds of stuff. A lot of fun. Of course, right here at Talladega Nights on that same night, the DWI Series is in its championship race. Keith Bynum runs that series, and that series will also be broadcasted live, but not by Tarnation TV. It will be broadcasted live by Seth Cole over at the Flat Out Racing Network. So make sure to follow Seth Cole over at FRN. If you want to watch your Talladega Nights drivers in the 1988 series, which is a very cool series as well. I can't remember what track they're racing at. I have it written down somewhere. It is not Talladega. I can guarantee that much. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Josh races here at Talladega Nights as well, and then they caught a couple of our broadcasts, and they thought, hey, that's pretty cool. Maybe we should hire these guys to broadcast for us. So they did. They contacted Brad and myself, and it's going to be a lot of fun getting to know some of those guys. That's why I've been racing in that league, just to familiarize myself with some of the drivers over there, so when we get to broadcast it on Monday. Hey now. Yeah, just talk about Josh's Eggs series that we're going to be broadcasting that on Monday. It'll be a lot of fun.
Nice. Homestead, he says, or Atlanta.
Currently waiting for the race to begin here, the main event.
This one is how many laps? 30?
38.
38. Okay, so in keeping with the seasons.
It's a shortened race. Usually on a Friday, I believe they do. Okay,
buddy, fired up here. Remember, one switch at a time.
47 or 66 laps? I can't remember. There's a lot of.
Been a while.
Yeah. The chat there, the DWI series. Sean thinks it's Atlanta, and Jeffrey Elliott thinks it's Homestead. So we're going to say it's Atlantastead. Or Homelanta. We're just going to do that.
Homelanta.
Yeah.
No place like it.
You know what the great thing is, too? Is I guarantee somebody has probably combined those two tracks together in the game. So if you wanted to race the tri-oval at Atlanta down the back straight of Homestead, they probably combined the two tracks together. I wouldn't put it past these clowns in the modded community.
It is my favorite track in this game, Homelander. ever since they added the series of jumps, it's even better. I honestly.
There is demolition derby tracks, figure eight tracks, all kinds of crazy stuff goes on.
Hot wheel tracks, loop to loop.
I think so. They got Rainbow Road. It's crazy, dude.
Dude, Rainbow Road. We should get everybody into like I don't know how many the Mario Kart can hold now online. Is it 16 maybe in a lobby? If we could have a dedicated Mario Kart lobby, that would be a hilarious race to call. All these NASCAR drivers with red shells and blue shells.
That would be
I think
funny.
that'd be a Mario Kart or even Mario 64 or something like that. One of the old ones. That'd be a fun thing. A fun thing to call. Like,
yeah, how do we call that? We go from calling a NASCAR race to calling a Mario Kart race.
At least you know what? I know all the Mario Kart drivers' names, so
you know what? You're right. Yeah.
I have a little home field advantage.
You don't need the ticker to find their names. Sean Dodson says he just checked the DWI site. Atlanta is the final race. So check that out. Seth Cole will be calling that race on Monday. Atlanta, the 88 series. Old school
like
cars.
my old Monte Carlo.
Yep.
Remember, one switch at a time, turning your
All right. Retire my car from the race. This time the game didn't crash, so that's a bonus. And we are ready to go, getting ready to go here out on the parade lap, as they say. Let's get the Nate Balsers entire family to do the Grand Marshal duties. Get this race started properly.
Welcome to Talladega Nights Super Speedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
He was a real life Talladega Nights villain. You live Ricky Bobby. I love the F1 racing.
That was really good.
Was that Guy Ledouche or what was his name? I can't
remember. Guy Ledouche was the guy in MXC.
MXC is timeless. I wish I could find that. I would watch nothing but that.
I think like Kenny Blankenship and all those guys. I think
right you are, Ken.
If you're gonna take steal a show, steal a Japanese game show, and then overdub it. Whoever had that idea was a genius. That was so funny, man. Oh, jeez.
And there was one.
The names for the contestants were amazing. Like, everything was just insane.
Yeah, it was like the vegans versus the meat packers or stuff like that. Like,
yeah, all that stuff, yeah.
They had just it's like, oh, it's the rocket scientist versus the short bus kids or whatever. Like, it was just whatever it was. And the names, were very much matching. That honestly, that hits a big nostalgia hit right there. I'm gonna have to see what I can do about finding some of those episodes. It has to be somewhere online. You would think somebody has that.
It's gotta be.
Maybe Crave TV. Maybe I should just look it up.
MXC. It's gotta be somewhere.
Right?
It has to be.
Hey, on the hood of the 79 on Nate Balder's car, what's on the hood there?
Van Halen.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see it at first. I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." I didn't know at first. I'm like, it looked like a weird set of eyes or something. And then I'm like, nope, that's not it. Sweet.
As we approach green flag conditions, Ken Roberts qualified first and chose to stay on the bottom line. The leader does have lane choice on a restart. I don't know about the start of the race, though. I think they have to. I don't believe they are allowed to choose at the start of the race. I believe that they are only allowed to choose on a restart, which is after a yellow flag.
Gotcha. So he's got to stay on the lower.
Yeah. After this, though, yellows are on, and it is a race back situation every single time. So we'll do our best to stay on the race if a yellow even happens. A couple of big wrecks in the sprints, but I mean, we had we ran like 5 heats and really had like 2 big accidents, a couple little spinoramas. So off to a good start. Ken Roberts leads the pack. to the back straightaway. Followed by Craig Hagley in the 32. Denny Carroll right behind him. Bob Dixon right up front there, too. And that STP ride. Always a good-looking car, the STP car. Oh, Richard Petty. Some tussling going back already back there. These guys are trying to sort something out. They're sort of 3-ish wide. You got your mic muted just to let you know, bud.
I did, yeah. There was some chaos happening upstairs on the laminate kitchen floor. That would sound like a straight-up World War bombshell being dropped. I don't know what was going on up there. I figured I would just save everyone from that.
I got this paper shredder, and I'm going to put this brick in it.
Hey, you want to come over and play with my brand new top?
Yeah.
It's extra spinny.
That front line looks like about 9-10 cars deep, straight as a
Looks
pin.
to get a little bit bigger here too, as they. See, now this is interesting because we're still on the 1 times fuel for this one. No pits in this one as well.
Yeah, 1 times fuel would get these guys 55 laps, so they're not going to need to pit for any reason at all.
So this will be interesting to see because obviously this will change significantly. I would think because for me the exciting part about this was 38 laps and minimum 2 pits if you're ultra conservative with your fuel and clutching, right? Yeah.
Ooh, Cabana slaps the wall.
Oh, a little more action wiggling, but hopefully they can get back in there. So this will at least give them a little bit of a chance to catch up. No damage to worry about, right? So now
Damage is on. Damage is moderate.
Oh, damage is moderate.
In the main race, yeah.
I gotcha. I thought they were doing, 1 times and no damage. I'm like, this is going to be just a flat out.
That would be crazy, yeah.
Show. Look at, there's Ulysses in minty, white, and blue. Those like the old lifesavers.
So they will race full speed back around to the back straightaway. I will go find the replay for you guys.
And we haven't got to see much of Ken driving this season because we were covering the the I'm on Fire series.
Yes.
As opposed to the Shake and Bake, which we had done for the last season. I'm assuming Ken was still out there kicking a bunch of butt and racing out there. So.
Yeah, I mean, always, right? But what happened there?
Oh, there were.
Wait a second. It never went. The yellow flag never came out. Sorry about that. Okay, I need to find a driver that was in that. RJ Cabana in the 889. I can find it much quicker if I do this. I was looking for the yellow flag condition and I never saw it come out. And I was like, okay. I thought for sure that would have brought out a yellow. That was crazy. Okay, we're gonna see why it didn't.
We'll back that up.
There it is. Replay mode. Cabana on the outside with Paglia.
Comes down.
Oh, wow, there's just a lot of movement. Oh, I see. It went below the yellow line.
They're all below the line.
They're
Look
all
at that.
below the yellow line.
You couldn't have wiped out any better than that.
And they all sort of saved it, and then they all sort of just got collected.
Well, yeah, they were just...
Major damage there. Yes, see that? Okay.
The only tree in the middle of the field, that's the one you're going to hit with your dirt bike, right? Oh, right. So they retired already. Or did they get towed?
Retired Randy Waugh, yes. Wow, I was looking for the yellow flag in the replay, and I realized it never came out. And then I remember, if they're below that yellow line.
Top line there. Look at this. Broke out 3 wide, pack of 12 or more. What do they got here?
And he's got his buddy behind him there, Robert Breedlove in the 931.
They're all 18 within about less than 1/10 of a second apart. It's like the Blue Angels.
I'm showing 16 on the card, and the farthest one away from the leader is Silver Bullet at 0.4 seconds behind. 3 wide, about 6 lanes deep.
Everybody wants a piece of this. There's Jeff pushing up.
Wow,
yeah,
man,
he's
look at
found it.
that.
He's got the. That's just that should be the screenshot right there.
Yeah.
Put our stupid faces acting all shocked with our mouth open and our
the
hands
thumbnail?
like all Home Alone style.
Yeah.
And then that picture, it'd be like.
We should that picture right there.
That's like, oh, we're gonna get like clicks galore. Like, oh, look at this. There's stupid faces and there's giant red arrows pointing at 12, 15 cars in a pack.
What
This
would
must be
you
good.
What would you call the video? Left turns?
All left turns all the time. Left turn, Clyde.
The only right turn is left.
Right. 100%.
Left. Thanks, Emerson.
Oh man.
He's become a legend, and he was only here for 6 minutes.
He did so much. I wish he was here so I could say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to kick him out, or not even kick him out. I didn't mean to delete his messages. That wasn't what I was intended to do.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Bad enough. It wasn't bad enough to delete anything.
We've never had to get the handcuffs out of the drawer before. We didn't know how to use them.
No, I never had to use the timeout button. I just thought the only reason I hit it was because it looks funny. If you put him in a timeout, I'm like, oh man, that's embarrassing. Sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, maybe he'll come back. I'll private message him afterwards and send him a T-shirt.
Nice.
Well, we'll patch things up. I don't like to go to bed angry.
Bob Dixon is up there right behind Denny Carroll leading this race. Denny Carroll in the 41, Bob Dixon right behind him. Bob's been up front all day, which is very unlike Bob. He usually stays near the back of the pack.
Well,
and Bob's pit strategy, though, see, that's the thing. Bob's pit strategy is always to usually pit 2 or 3 laps off pace. He usually pits early. But with the pit frequency in this race being set to normal, he's not going to need to pit. So now he's right up front. Ulysses Sandoval right behind him. Did you hear Ulysses Sandoval in the driver intros at the start of this broadcast?
I did not. No, I have my my headphones in, but I'm down in the isolation booth.
So because Jeffrey Elliott, the guy who runs this league, he had some dental work done. So Jeff can't really speak that good right now. He's, it's pretty sore.
Worse than usual, you're saying?
So yes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just pulling your leg.
So he had Ulysses do his intro, right? So it comes down to the 56. It goes, the 56 of Jeffrey Elliott would like to say that Ulysses Sandoval is the greatest driver on the track, right? So then it goes in numerical order, right? So then it comes down to the 96, and he goes, Ulysses Sandoval is, driving for the 96 Toyota Camry. Thank you very much, Jeff, for your kind words at saying I was the best driver on the track. It's like he answered his own compliment.
That's fantastic.
It's so funny, dude.
He pitched himself a softball and just hit it out of the park.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It was really funny. You got to go back and listen. If you listen to the driver intros.
There's maybe one that I actually go back and listen to.
It's pretty good. It was funny because of how he did it, and then when it came to him, it got even better because it was like you said, he lobbed himself that easy one and just smashed a grand slam.
That's fantastic. So in a normal race, this would be about the time where we were looking at pitting. Obviously, again, not a thing. Oh, what's happened with the Tide car? Did he
lap down? He must have been caught in that tussle.
Oh, okay.
So he may be damaged. Car doesn't look damaged.
That's the problem and especially unfortunate for him was that it didn't go yellow. Everybody got below the line that was involved in that. He didn't, you missed that chance. So, but is he the only one left down, or is there still another car behind him? You might get the lucky dog if the next yellow comes out. Correct.
Yeah, Dan Level is 38 seconds down in the 388. So let's check the 388. So he's 17th. The pack is coming. So Dan will be lapped now. Brian's 2 laps down. I believe there's 2 lucky dogs in this situation. So if a yellow does come out, I believe Talladega Nights Racing League issues 2 lucky dogs, which would be the first 2 cars a lap down would get a lap back. So Dan is going to be 1 lap down, so he would be back on the lead lap. But Brian is actually 2 laps down, so he wouldn't be back on the lead lap, but he would get a lap back. For Brian, it seems like it might be a long haul to try to get back to the front.
Would he be at all eligible? Is there a second lucky dog at a later yellow if he was still a lap down?
Yeah, if he was 2 laps down, he got the lucky dog, now he's 1 lap down, then if there was another yellow, he would go back on the lead lap if he was the first lap down car, yeah.
So yeah, if I was him, I'm going to throw a block next time the pack comes up my way. I'm going to make myself sideweight.
Yeah,
get my lap
we
back.
need some yellows.
He's like, whoops. Oh, I'm sorry.
As always, Ken Roberts at the front of this pack. He has led 9 laps. Of course, it will be the 10th lap right here that he will lead. His 10th lap led, sorry. This is lap number 15. Starting right now. 4 laps led by Danny Carroll, and that's it. 2 race leaders.
That top line and breaking out with a line all of his own there. He's got about a half dozen behind him making a push, but hopefully they can get their stuff a little tighter and give this bottom line a run for their money.
Focus on that 29 car. Join us, like I said, here tomorrow. Brian Wolf hosting the Tribute to Cannon Hinnant and Gun Violence 100-mile race here at Talladega Nights at Talladega Nights Super Speedway.
That's cool. Looking forward to being a part of that. I didn't, I think we started just after they ran that one last year, or it was something different. I think you guys were still running it then, but anyways, just yeah, for a good cause and for
it's getting tight down there.
Looking forward to just being around for it.
Yeah, it'll be a good race.
Saturday night too should be a pretty good race. I'm guessing it'll be pretty full.
Yeah, it was an invitational, and then we filled the field up to 30, I believe, with the qualifying race we held a few weeks back.
Well, that top line's cleaned up a bit, but they're going to have to work pretty good to catch. Oh, maybe not. I spoke too soon. There's, like they found a gear and just grabbed it. There's Jeff bringing up the rear, and
it's funny how it's just in waves, man.
Yeah, whatever works at the moment. And
it's Ken Hunsbury in the 66, which is floating around the field here, looking at different cars. Ken Roberts still leading this race, followed by Craig Hagley, Denny Carroll, and Bob Dixon. Mark Paglia, your top 5.
Hard to believe they called him the wrecking ball. It looks like he's driving on a wire right now. That thing's laser guided.
Well, he called himself the wrecking ball.
Oh no, I understand that. Yeah, I just mean
yeah. Garland Oaks back there with Silver Bullet, just kind of watching everything from the back. Some drivers they just like being back there, you know, like be able to see everything. If some smoke starts flying, they can do what they got to do to get around it.
When I start racing, I want my nickname to be like your aunt's new boyfriend, something like that, because you really don't want me there, but you kind of feel like obligated to entertain me because I'm kind of adjacent to the family.
Right.
I speak from experience. I had an aunt with a ton of terrible boyfriends, so I just think that's how my presence would be on the track. It'd be like, he's probably going to do something stupid. Hopefully he doesn't get too drunk and just say a bunch of terrible things.
Yeah. Are we looking at 4? Wow, I thought we were looking at 4 wide there.
We almost did. You want to get technical, we're about 4.5 wide if you count every single line that's on the track right now. But
true. These guys just running laps out here, no big deal. 3 wide. Jeffrey Elliott is making a push on that top line.
Again, look at that pack just.
Yeah, they are tight. That bottom line's ahead a little bit now. That the top line was, and now it's the bottom line. And now they're all going to make a run to turn 3. Look at that.
This reminds me of that time that parade full of Shriners found that huge bag of coke and just went ham.
Right.
And kicked their motor scooters into 4th gear.
Right, doing 200 mile an hour down the back straight of Talladega.
Yeah, they weren't doing tricks or stunts. They were just in unison, like the Great Canadian Pilots, the Snowbirds.
Right.
I'm not sure if they're known throughout the States, but
who's going to lead this lap? It's going to be Jeffrey Elliott.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Elliott.
But 1, 2, 3 was actually Elliott Roberts Carroll. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, the fluctuation there, it's like a lava lamp. You can't put any money on this. It's basically like a roulette wheel. If you would put money on this race, I'd be like, you could probably pick some favorites. You want to put some money on the top 5, the top 10, you can probably get a few in there. But as for who's going to win it, I don't even know.
Yeah, the way these guys are racing right now, it's anybody's race. Jeffrey Elliott, Ken Roberts, Denny Carroll, Robert Breedlove, Craig Hagley, Bob Dixon, Mark Paglia, Garland Oakes, Nate Balser, Ulysses Sandoval, Brian Wolf, Keith Bynum, Kent Hunsbury, Doug Hulick, the Silver Bullet, Bobby Farrell, Dan Lovell, Brian Lovell, RJ Cabana, Randy Waugh. Brian Lovell, RJ Cabana, and Randy Waugh are retired from the race. Dan Lovell is 1 lap down.
All right, well, so yeah, he's crossing his fingers for a yellow and a shot at the title. But yeah, what can you say?
That's the thing too with the King of Kings race. There will only be one winner.
Mr. Elliott up front there, holding on to that top line. He's not going nowhere. They're just nobody is, honestly, at this point. They're just.
See, I wonder what, like,
this is
winning.
the most boring race I've called in a while.
Yeah. Stop being so good.
I can't say anything that you can't see right now.
Stop.
It's not boring. This is some Class A driving, and these everybody out there is stellar. But I don't have anything witty to add to it, so I'm going to sit here in silence while we just watch these guys go around the track.
As far as the races go, like when I'm out here racing with these guys, and even in the sprints, it's tense when you win. You know, even though it's just a 10-lap sprint for fun, it's exciting to win those things. And
you know what?
To come out
I've had a big grin on my face from winning $2 on a scratch and win lotto ticket. So I understand what you're saying. It doesn't matter. The stakes doesn't matter. It's you're the winner. Or you're about to win. Like you're.
But to win this event, this has been a long night. Like we're already 2 hours and 15 minutes into racing.
Oh, we're in the overtime.
We've had what 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it 5 winners? Yeah, Lovell, Silver Bullet, Waugh, Roberts, and Farrell. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mini races to set the field for this main event. So it's a long time to get to this point for all 20 of these guys that we're watching right now.
No.
Whoa, Robert Breedlove. They are 4 wide back there.
Smokes. Oh, somebody glitching? Or was that just
that's
the
me.
camera switching there?
Yeah, it's me trying to find that. They sorted it out there.
I thought that was it. I honestly thought that was the yellow flag they were waiting for because he got loose. Like right there.
Here's the instant replay.
How tight they are behind Jeff and right there.
Breedlove up here. What happened? That is crazy. Yeah, he just got a little bit sideways.
Like a little rub.
What is it? Wow. And then they go 4 wide right there.
That save was beyond spectacular. I'm at a loss for words. Like spectacular, like subpar. Like that's a pretty good save, but and then just move on. Like I can't.
No. You want to see a save?
If this was turbo, we'd be getting a lot more descriptive.
Yeah. Let's watch it from the cockpit.
And here's where I changed my shorts.
Oh my God.
Right?
Wow.
Put your head between your knees and kiss your butt goodbye at that point.
He didn't. Did you see the speed?
I didn't.
The speed of that car dropped from about 195 down to 185, and that was it.
The play of the game.
He was doing 185 miles an hour, and look where he is. He's still in the draft.
No, that was
how he saved that. I have no idea.
That, you know what? All these kids in the short attention spans, that should be the YouTube short, the little 30-second vertical video that those kids like so much.
Yeah.
The one that just drags them in a little bit, but then doesn't require their whole attention, so they can just keep vaping and candy crushing or whatever else they're doing.
Yeah.
Darn kids and your vapes.
I gotta actually write that down because I do put shorts up on the channel, and that might have to be one. That's probably one of the craziest saves I've ever seen. Dead center in the middle of a pack. He got so loose, he actually slid down. Like, he moved 3 lanes to the left. And for some crazy reason, there was nobody there. And he was able to collect that thing. And he's still right in it.
And we thank you for that, because that just gave us like 5 minutes of material plus the YouTube short. So we can't buy this kind of publicity, honestly. Keep up the good work, fellas.
Oof. Robert Breedlove, hats off, man. That was craziness. Ken Roberts.
The TeamSpeak whispered, you was like, yo, could you punch it up just a little bit? We're dying out here.
Well, that's the thing, too. He said we don't have a pit cycle.
We got nothing. I already asked him the story about how he stubbed his toe earlier, and we already talked about the weather, so we are literally out of topic. Can you do a burnout?
How are you digging that new mouse I bought you?
Oh, that new mouse is fantastic. That is something. I don't know if I ever told you on his own, but I got my very first heavy-duty gaming mouse with 18 buttons and
weights,
nuclear, no weights, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
If you're wondering what it is, it's a Logitech G502 Hero, $55 on Amazon.
I kept the box on the shelf when I have because I have the mouse downstairs with my computer set up. But when I'm sitting on the couch, I'm like, it's a fancy foil wrap box on sleek chamfered angles. It's very nice. So it's up there. I just this is a really cool looking box. So I couldn't bring myself to check it out. But the mouse is even cooler. Don't get me wrong. Hey, thanks for the sweet box, but I appreciate what was inside of it. It's definitely stepped up my. It makes me I'm a lot pickier now when I use the mouse at work. I'm like, this mouse is terrible. And
look at that lane shift.
Oh yeah, it is. Sorry, back to the race.
Sorry,
when it wasn't doing nothing. We'll talk about that later. We'll come back to that.
I'm gonna back that up too. Denny Carroll in the 41 just decided to do like a 4-lane drift from the bottom line to the top. Don't mind if I just go up here, do you guys?
Yep. Oh, I'm just gonna pop right over here.
Yep. He's gonna hook up with Silver Bullet and Jeffrey Elliott, and away they go.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Silver Bullet pulls down to the middle line.
Stuff like that's just wild. Especially everything's moving so quick, and there's so many cars so tight. You're actually able to just make a 4-lane change. 3 or 4 lanes right up to the wall from the yellow line. Just to try something different. Denny's been down the bottom for a while, pushing Ken. He fell back a little bit, and now he's maybe just trying a different view. These drivers are in communication with each other on track and TeamSpeak, which is what Brad and I use to talk to each other right now, but they can also have options to set each other up on what they call a whisper button. So if you do want to be having a private voice communication with your teammates, you can have them on a separate button. So sometimes when you see stuff sort of happening, you wonder if they were whispered to each other, like, come on up, bud, come on up. Like, you got to give that guy the room. Hubcap Anti-sponsored 63. Keith Bynum right there. About 5th position.
Any tomfoolery ever occur? The TeamSpeak be like, come on up, and then someone throws a block, and then they're just like, oh, you caught me.
I don't know. That'd be
some underhandedness, like some mental games in there. Not only do you have to drive for them, you have to get in his head.
You could, yeah.
Like,
most of the time, it's pretty.
I'm definitely gonna pit here, and then you just do a quick brake check, and then just.
I love the fake out.
Chaos.
The pit fake out is always good. Late in a race, you're like, oh, they're gonna go, and then they don't. They go down and they come back at the last second. And then you're stuck going down pit road, and you probably should have stayed out.
Curse you! And you're shaking your fist at the sky.
Yeah, like a supervillain in a Spider-Man movie or something.
Exactly. You want to monologue before you get back out of the pit. Until you One thing you have not seen the last of me.
Yeah. You will get your comeuppance.
Here he goes, back to 3 again here on the top line. Jeff was breaking out.
In the corner, these guys are pushing each other too. I just noticed that, like how close the Hagley is to actually he pushes Ken Roberts the whole way around this track.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty comfortable up there. He's no stranger with that. He's led, I don't know, if you got those stats from last led, I'm guessing he must be up there with him, or, well, I think Ken has led it. Jeff was in first. He got one, didn't he, that time? Couple? Yep. I don't know. It was back and forth. It was so close the whole time. It's off and on. But
Mark Paglia there. Nate Balser, Keith Bynum, Brian Wolf. Garland Oaks behind him trying to get an outside line working. Bob Dixon behind him. Bobby Farrell on the inside. We've seen him a few times tonight. Didn't make it in the heat that he was in, but made it into the last chance heat. And in the last chance heat, dominated that thing, took the win, and here he is in the main event. And look at that. There's Denny Carroll again. Jeffrey Elliott. Robert Breedlove with that awesome save a few laps back. Unbelievable. Ulysses Sandoval. Dan Lovell is still being scored 1 lap down, but he's up to pace with these guys. He's doing 201 miles an hour into turn number 1, so
dang.
He was involved in the accident, but apparently didn't take much damage.
No, I think he may have lucked out there, and if he can just catch himself a break and they want to throw him, I don't know.
Yeah, like you
gotta
want
get a yellow, but at this point now it's only 4 laps left.
Yeah, he would want a yellow, but it would end the race if it came out now because he's a lap
it wouldn't
down.
Be
so it wouldn't
beneficial at this point, right?
No.
Well,
and
we'll
again,
see how this plays out. Ken is holding that lead and acting about 3 cars wide for the better part of the evening.
I mean, with the sprint races there, we were having the heat races, a couple of really good ones and a couple of really big accidents, and then here we are in this main event. Whatever happens now, this race is over. Whatever color flag decides to come out, because we do have a car a lap down, it would cause us into a 4-lap yellow situation, so the race would end.
It would end, and we'd have a race back. But like I said, at this point,
it's always race back. Yeah, I love how we have the race back, but then we never got a yellow to even do it.
Well, that's
and I thought that was a yellow. I was 4 cars flying through the air, and I'm like, "Oh, yellow's out." I'm like, "Wait, yellow's not out."
I didn't even look for it because I assumed automatically.
Exactly. You would assume
what we shouldn't do. Yeah,
makes an ass out of you and me.
And it is like we had a delay. We were right on there with same thought. That's why we get along. That's why we're still buddies after all this time.
Probably. That's one of the reasons.
And the distance too. If I don't have to see you, we're like 4,000 kilometers apart. Then I think makes that it's like, hey, small doses. I can turn them off if I need to. I can mute him at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, whatever.
No, exactly. Just walk away. I can just disconnect and leave. That 32 car has been pushing that 55 to every single one of these. Like Ken Roberts has led 26 laps.
That's what I was figuring. Yeah, he must have been. So
Denny Carroll has 8, and 2 laps were led by Jeffrey Elliott. That's it.
Okay, yeah. So because they were at the front for quite a while there, back and forth.
But look at Craig. He's just underneath that bumper of that 55, not letting him go.
You think he's just waiting for his 5 in this time?
Like he's just pushing Ken. This is all he's been doing the whole race.
I just mean, do you think though at this point he's a slingshot, the old shake and bake?
I think it has to happen. Grant Wesley is the reigning champion. He won the last King of King event, but he's nowhere in this main event because he didn't qualify. He got in the last chance race. Wesley got wrecked out, so
that top line just can't catch up. It can't catch a break.
No, it's not going to happen. That top line needs to get something going now. They probably don't have enough time. White flag is in the air. Final lap. I'm going to back these up a couple more cars here so we can see more cars. Try to keep Ken in view there at the front. Keith Bynum looking to the outside. Bobby Farrell in that yellow 7 behind him. Third line starting up. Brian Wolf pushing Denny.
All right. Oh,
we've
Denny.
got something going on back there, but we're going to stay locked on the front.
Hopefully, Denny got up to the wall, but I don't know.
When does Craig go for it? Craig's going for it.
on his roof. Look at this. No, they can't
Nobody's
get around
pushing him. Nobody went with him.
They left him hanging.
Oh, they might have had a run, but it's going to be Ken Roberts winning the King of Kings. Wow.
Good for him.
What a finish.
No. I know the first instinct is whenever whoever puts on the race wins it, that there is race. But I'm not saying that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he didn't cheat.
No.
That was some fine racing. You can't deny that.
Man, and Craig went for the move, but nobody went with him. He had a good shot. I think if somebody went with him, he might have had a shot.
What a series of racing that happens tonight. Mm-hmm. That was quite. I like this. The 10 lap ones, the shortness, it's way more exciting.
Yeah.
And, I mean, don't get me wrong. I can appreciate the art and the long form of the longer races, and even the 38 or the 56 ones are good, but there's something, it's just way more fun with those 10 lap ones of like, every little bit counts, and yeah, like you say, you get one, if you get turned around, that's it, like, so you gotta...
Well, that's the thing, you just hold on for a few minutes and then you're right back in it again, right? Craig's got the checkered flag, Ken has the checkered flag hanging out that window. He's going to burn this place to the ground. King of Kings round number 2. Or volume 2, or part 2, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Ken Roberts, man, like we were saying before, it's a long way. He's still going. It's a long way to get to this final race, and to be able to win it is not easy to do.
He's got another virtual trophy to put up on the shelf.
Yep. Right place at the right time. No pit strategy involved in this. He might need tires after this burnout.
We just talked to his bit cheap. Yeah, no, he's definitely gonna need to have that.
Remember how we were talking about ribbons before? He's leaving some ribbons on the front straightaway right there. I think he's trying to write his name.
He is. How many O's in Robert?
Right.
Just one.
Apparently 9. Ken Roberts.
He's making a B. Oh, look at this. It's like one of those little spirographs. You know those things you had as a kid that you could put a little football shape in, and the pencil had little gears on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, spirograph, right?
I think so, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, little good luck tap.
Oh, it's funny. I'm saving the replay, and Craig came in there and gave him a little bump.
Hey, Blaine, Brad, you guys ready for some quick interviews?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Congratulations, man. That was an awesome run. Holy moly.
Here's third place mark.
Awesome. Mr. Paglia, man. How are you this evening?
Mr. Blaine, I'm doing fine. What's going on tonight?
Wow, what a race, man. It takes, Brad and I were talking about it, it's not an easy feat to get to the end of one of these events because you got to go through the heats and all that fun stuff. But you made it there, and here we are, third place finish, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I had some good people to work with, Craig and Ken there. We huddled up together through most of the race, and it worked out for us.
Without the fuel strategy involved, does that even come around with any kind of different strategies, having no fuel to worry about? Or how do you sort of manage that? Because that'd be kind of weird not having a pit.
Yeah, I think the only strategy there is just get to the front and try to stay there as long as you can and not even worry about the fuel piece at all. And that worked out.
Yeah, because we were watching Bob Dixon. He was up front a lot of the race, and Bob usually doesn't do that. Bob is usually sits at the back. He likes to pit early and all that type of thing. So, yeah, I mean, we were seeing guys running in different patterns than what we used to because of the format.
Yeah, it was a great format. It was interesting. You know, I barely made it to the second round, and then I had to be, you know, one of the top 4 in the final runoff race. So I was lucky to get some good people to work in that final runoff race to get in the final.
Sorry, I was just changing my screens around here. I got to get some stuff going. There we are. Yeah, when you're sitting watching and waiting, do you leave and go grab a sandwich, or do you like follow the broadcast? Like, I'm just curious what you guys do when you're waiting for the next heat.
No, I was following the broadcast. You guys do such a good job, make it interesting. You know, you could possibly just watch it on a regular screen, but it's much more fun to watch your broadcast.
Yeah, give a little different spin. Did you hear us take care of that troll that got into the chat?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That guy was something else. That's fun.
We were having some fun.
Yeah, that was a little different. We've never had that before. We've hit the big time, Mark. I guess that's what we're trying to say.
Big, honestly, I'm not even mad. I hope you come back. I need to have a little fun.
Yeah, you're on the radar now. People want to come in and pin you guys a little bit.
I don't want to brag, but we got trolls now. Yeah, that's right. I tell my kids after this, like, yeah, hey, guess what?
Yeah, we're our first hater.
Yeah, you hit the big time when you got haters, man.
Exactly. Bring it on.
Of the open wheel guys can't figure out why we turn left all day long. Because it's fun, okay?
No way he was 40.
It really is. It really is that simple. You know,
he's probably 12.
F1 fans.
Probably somebody I know. Maybe it was like, you know what? Everybody I know, I'm like, hey, did you make up a new account to troll me? I appreciate it if you did.
It would be amazing if it was your mom.
Honestly, if she cared enough to watch and troll me, that would probably be like a hallmark. Maybe not like a big. I don't have any. We're not on the outs, but that would just be like, holy cow, you really care. That would be very touched.
That's
I'll
awesome.
ask her later. Hey, mom, did you troll me?
I would say I'm gonna vote yes.
Yeah, here it is. She's going crazy.
Hey guys, I really enjoyed it tonight. Thanks for doing such a good job there.
We got derailed there, but yeah, thanks for joining us, man. And as always, an entertaining race, and congratulations on the podium finish.
All right, brother Brad, brother Blaine, thanks, man.
Thank you.
See you, bud.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Mark. I'm gonna grab Craig real quick.
Awesome. It's been a long night. That's the thing. We've been talking for a very long time, so apparently you think if we were talking for a very long time, we'd want to stop talking, but we don't know when to shut up.
when you're hanging out with your best friend in the world, then just like we just get gabbing, and sometimes we talk over while we're interviewing winners because something stupid comes up, and I forget that we're on the internet. We're not just shooting the breeze.
When we're in there, you mean like when we're in the middle of an interview with Craig Hagley, second place?
Like right now? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I did it again. Let's go back to it.
Hey, the king of second place right here.
Man, that's awesome. We watched you. You were basically just under that bumper at Ken Roberts that entire race, and then you pull out to pass him coming out of the tri-oval, and nobody helped you. I think you could have had him.
Well, I had that bumper hitch hooked right to him the whole race, and see, the thing is, I just let him drag me around the track all night, and I just sat here and smoked cigarettes, so we were good.
Nice. Yeah, because we watched it many times, just watching with the certain cameras I can use to see, even in the corners, like you said, you were on a trailer hitch, just followed him the whole way around. And like I said, nobody helped you at the end. We were waiting for the big railroad job, but it didn't happen. But was there a different plan? I know everybody always goes to the outside. Have you ever thought to go to the left?
I thought about going to the left, but I didn't figure there'd be enough room down there, so I figured I'd shoot it to the outside and throw the dice and see what would happen.
Yeah, well, you were 0.05 seconds away, so I can't really get any closer when it's like,
that's about it.
Sometimes I wonder how the game even decides who's where, because we even saw in qualifying one time, I can't remember what race it was. There was 3 people tied for like one position. Fierce competition, I guess is what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way.
Yeah, man, the talent of drivers over here is just unreal. It's crazy how good everybody is.
Was it Robert Breedlove he made probably one of the best saves I've ever seen. That
Outstanding.
It was unbelievable. And like we were saying too, and it was not just him, because he's able to drive the car and not spin out, but everybody around him, like you're saying, being surrounded by the talent, everybody around him left room and saw it happening, and they all kind of, nobody crashed. It could have been a massive accident, and it was nothing. Everybody stayed in the draft and might have to change their drawers, but you know what? That's teamwork.
Well, man, it says a lot to go from the All-Star race on Wednesday night. We have one caution and it was just for a blown engine, and we run all these laps tonight, and it just goes to show to the talent level of everybody in here.
Yeah, this league's amazing, because even on it was the Back to the Future series at Michigan, that was the same thing. The only yellow that came out was a blown motor. All-Star race, same thing. Here again, there's a couple big wrecks in some of the heats, but the main event, no problems. I thought there would have been a yellow at that first wreck, but because it happened off the racing line, there was no yellow. But, amazing race all around, man. And yeah, again, congratulations on the second place finish.
Yeah, y'all got to broadcast more. Tuesday night I got second. Wednesday night I got second. Tonight I got second. So let's see what we can do tomorrow night.
Yeah, we've been chatting with you all week then.
Sounds like a plan, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow broadcasting again, so maybe there's another second place finish.
Hey, if I can get second in that, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah, that's another, well, it's always all-star competition here. Every day is an all-star race in this league.
That's the truth.
Any shout-outs you got to make before we kick you out of here?
Shout out to my son Lane, because I'm kind of driving the car tonight that I think I'm going to give to him and have him run. Shout out to Jeff for running this league and all the admins and keeping all this together. It's a great place to be. Couldn't ask for better friendship and everything out of everybody. It's just amazing. And shout out to you and Brad for doing our broadcast and making everything as great as it is. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
And good win, Ken.
Yeah, good race there, Craig. Nice job.
Yeah, Ken. So congratulations on the win, man. Like, you've got to be wondering, like, these guys are going to just push you the whole way and then try to ambush you at the end, but they couldn't get to you.
Yeah, Craig was locked on me there the whole race, and we come out of turn 4 there, and the caution came out, and I looked up in my mirror. I was like, it looks a little different than it has the last 37 laps. And he went to the outside, and, can't fault a guy for doing that. Craig's a heck of a racer. So, yeah, it was a fun night. It was a little interesting. We didn't get to as many drivers as I thought we would get. So we kind of changed it up a little bit. But I was real curious with how that the last chance race with just the 8 cars, was going to be, because, only half of them was going to move on. And so that was a pretty interesting race. But good, clean racing. I mean, tonight, from what I've seen, we go up a couple times and we try to run that middle line, and that middle line is fast if guys will stay together. But they, you got guys trying to move up. I seen Jeff try 2 or 3, 4 times to move that outside line up, and they get up there with us, but just couldn't. That's about as far as they get. And the low line, the guys were piling down there, and we could keep up with them. And that's basically just to the talent of Craig and Mark. They get locked in on you, and it's like one car moving around through there.
Yeah,
I would just say it's that Ford horsepower pushing you around.
Well, you need a Chevy to guide you.
Oh,
I love the manufacturer, the jabs. Those are always the best. How is it for you racing in this thing, but also having to control where all the drivers go in the heats? Like, hey, we need, 1, 2, 3, we need all these guys in this heat, and hey, man, we need you to retire because you're in the next one. Like, how do you keep track of all that stuff?
I got a spreadsheet here. I just wrote the numbers down real quick, and try to get a 5-minute break in here and there. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was funny. I was going around the last race there, and we're racing, and we got in the middle line, then we come back down to the bottom, and I looked, and we'd only been like 12 laps. I was like, man, it feels like we've run half this race already.
Yeah.
But, kind of a long night, but it was fun. Something different for the guys. We like to try to mix it up a little bit, and Jeff gives me a little bit of, gave me a little bit of free reign here to run the King of Kings, and and kudos to Jeff. I mean, the guy works his ass off keeping this league going. I mean, he's a web guy. He's probably one of the best recruiters I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a guy just drag people out of nowhere, and have them come out and race with us. And we've had some good guys come in and be part of it, and but Jeff, man, he works himself to the bone, and we really appreciate everything he does. He's 24/7. That guy's got more energy I've ever seen in my life for being a little guy. He's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, he even showed me a picture of a guy who started in the sim years ago and then gave it up, and actually found our broadcast and went out and bought new wheels and got back into it again. I can't remember what his name was. Chris something. Chris Van Violet?
Yeah, as a new guy, he's coming. Yeah, Jeff was telling me about him.
Yeah.
He said he's
he used to play,
a lot of guys are like that. I mean, I'm one of them. I did it years ago. And had we had a child, we had a son, and he got to where he started playing sports and stuff like that, and so he got more involved with that stuff, and took some time off, and then Rodney Solins actually called me, said, "Hey, we're getting the band back together." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And so we had kept in contact, the two of us, and he said, "I'm gonna go back racing." I said, "What, are you racing? iRacing?" He's like, "No." He goes, "They're still racing that 2003 game." I'm like, "You kidding me?" So here we are.
That was my thing too. I was into it and then kind of got out a bit, came back in, and then life happens for a few years. And it was the same thing. A broadcast, probably an FRM broadcast or something popped up, and I'm like, wow, these guys are still playing in NASCAR 2003. So out, go in the closet, pull the old wheel out, and it's always here. You can leave it alone for a couple of years, but it's always going to be here apparently. So that's the fantastic thing. And then here we are on a Friday night, getting 150 hits on a live broadcast video, 20-year-old game, in a crazy event like this bracket heat race setup that I think we did a pretty good job broadcasting. You'd have to go back and let me know, but I think we kept control of where we were in the heats. But man, a lot of fun to call it, and Brad and I, we both love this format because the sprints are so fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, coming out and doing the broadcast. I can't wait to watch them. I usually get up early tomorrow. I'll get up early tomorrow morning before the old lady gets up and the circus starts. But get up and watch the broadcast real quick, and what's funny is like there'll be parts in the race you're like, I don't remember that, So
right.
But no, I really appreciate you guys coming out, and want to shout out to Jeff and all the guys that help. Craig, he's an admin and does a lot to help us around here with the renders and all that stuff. I mean, all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that most guys just they don't see or whatever. But I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, and we'll let you guys go.
Thank you.
I know you guys you'll be back here tomorrow night. We're doing the Cannon race. That should be exciting. Some heavy hitters in that race too.
Yeah, and probably a bunch of new names too, because I know Brian has the same recruiting power. He knows a different crop of people, and it's an invitational, so we'll probably see some old familiar faces out there as well. But yeah, man, thanks for the kind words. Yeah, it is a lot of fun to call this stuff, and yeah, I figured this would be about a 3-hour broadcast, and it's at 2:48 right now, so it was pretty good guess.
Wrap it up.
Were you gonna say something, Brad? I stepped on you there. Sorry, bud.
No, not at all. I was just gonna say, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like these short 10-lap races. Makes for a little more excitement, and stakes are a little bit higher. Yeah, no, it's just a lot of fun to call. Really good time tonight. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, I love having you guys out. And Brad, we got to get a wheel in your hand, bud. We got to see what you're capable of.
I'm gonna start off with the Ulysses School of Driving. I'm gonna fine tune my keyboard and crash into all you guys, and then I'll work my way up to a wheel. I don't feel I'm there yet. And then maybe I'll switch to an Xbox controller, but we'll figure it out one of these days.
That's some big britches to be filling, because I tell you what, that guy's a hell of a driver on a keyboard.
He's an amazing driver on a keyboard, and he switched to the wheel seamlessly, and that's been an amazing. That was fun to watch this year. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, especially from as good as he was with the keyboard, and then into that, I'm like, oh yeah, he figured it out. So everybody, great showing all around, and yeah, a lot of fun. So thanks again.
Yep, appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night.
We'll be here. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Blaine.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Let's type it in the YouTube chat here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for laughing, watching.
And good luck.
Yeah. Good night and Godspeed. What was that? There's a band called Weed Eater. Doom band, of course, because I like everything. I like my heavy metal, but I like it slow.
No, not you.
No. You don't listen. Blaine listens to slow heavy metal? Weird. They've got a song called God, Luck, and Good Speed.
Oh, okay. A little play on words.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know why that popped in my head. Weed Eater's cool because my brother Ryan actually played me. We'll kind of quiz each other on cover songs.
Oh, okay.
So he goes, I wonder if I could play it right now. Probably not. I get flagged, but he played me. He goes, oh man, Weed Eater did this cover. And he goes, I wonder if you know who did the original. So then he queued it up. It's okay, we'll play it. He played it, and it played for 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. I'm like, oh, that's Weed Eater. That sounds like, I said, that sounds like Give Me Back My Bullets from Lynyrd Skynyrd. And then he Googled it, and he's like, yep. Like,
oh, dang.
It's so weird how sometimes you just know a song. Like,
I'm going to put you on my team when we go to the pub night trivia.
Yeah.
Clearly. I mean, not like we were going to be buddied up before, but I'm sitting there. No, you can't. Music trivia, this guy.
Cues up Give Me Back My Bullets by Weed Eater, and he quizzed me on it. He goes, you might know what this original is. Like, what song are they covering? And literally, like 1 second, he played it. Oh, it's Give Me Back My Bullets. So and I'd never heard the song before because I didn't know that they covered it. So I'm like, it's so cool to hear bands cover songs that are in completely different genres.
Yeah.
I wish, and like right now we're playing THORN, so thank you to THORN for allowing us to use their music. Links in the description to their reverbnation.com/THORN. The album we're listening to actually has 2 covers on it by a band called Conan out of the United Kingdom. Bolt Thrower and Foe Hammer. So same thing, right? Like, bands just covering other bands' stuff. It's always very cool. But I forget to mention the music that we use, and I shouldn't, because these guys are great, and they're nice enough to let us use their stuff. So thanks, Doug.
Big shout out to those guys.
Yeah, it's nice, because YouTube can be pretty finicky when it comes to music, because obviously people are owed money for, if you're going to use the content, they're going to get paid. But then some bands will actually completely kill your stuff too. Like if you played a Queen song, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say the word. They'll like demolish the entire video. It's crazy,
Yeah, you can't even say the song titles correctly. You had to call it like Deadly Queen. You can't say the actual title.
Right.
You can't say, I want to ride my moped.
Right. I want to ride my 2-wheeled, like apparatus down the street. You can't say bicycle, because it would flag the whole video. Everything burns to the ground. So long story short, support your local music, because these guys are never going to flag us for this because they want the promotion. And it's on Spotify, so if you have a Spotify account, it's free. It's also on the YouTube channel. So
they're probably not watching, so they don't mind.
They don't mind.
Hey,
I always ask.
I heard a rumor that you were using our music. Yeah, we were.
Well, and I've done it
First
too.
of all,
Like,
where did you hear it from? That's amazing.
I'll send him links. Like, I'll just send him a link to the broadcast. Like, I know he's not going to watch it, but like the first 5 minutes of the show, every broadcast, I will play a song for 5 minutes before we launch to let people connect to the race. And I'll send him a link every few months just to say, man, people are digging your tunes, you know. So it's good stuff. He's great. But yeah, if you were watching, thanks for watching. And if you want to watch tomorrow, we're going to do it all over again. Won't be 3 hours long though, but it will be a show. And my name's Blaine, and your name's Brad, and together we're pretty damn good at taking care of trolls. Who am I kidding? I let you do all the talking on that one.
Oh, we had some fun. We had a good time. Hopefully he did too. He stuck around afterwards, so I'm guessing it was all in good fun.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to I'm thinking about like, do we want to give this guy the spotlight? But I'm like, it's never happened before, so we might as well.
I was flattered more than anything.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I was like, oh my. Look at all this. Yeah, and because of that, some of the race was neglected, but
well, it didn't happen in the main. That's why I was talking to you off the air saying, you know, you can mute this guy, because in the heat races it's fine, but I did not want that to be happening in the main event.
No,
like, these drivers work hard to get to that main and be like, no, this guy's not derailing the main. No. So he's gone, unfortunately. Thanks, Emerson.
Good. Thanks for coming by and punching it up a notch.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, remember, always keep one hand in the ocean. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice.
Leave the moms out of it. That's all I'm saying.